Okay. Let's do this. Do this here, and I realize I don't have any music. Pick up my controller cable. Okay. Today's gonna be my catch-up day. Am I muted? Am I unmuted? Muted. I can't tell. I didn't read Soulforged. I have not read it either. Guess we're gonna find out. But first, I gotta catch up on a few other series before we get into that. All right. Test. I cannot hear my mic. What the fuck is going on? So weird. Oh, my audio. I think I know the problem. Yeah, that's the... Okay, there you go. Test. Check. Test. Check. What the fuck, man? Now I actually can't hear anything. Oh, my God. Why is it doing it to me now? Oh, technical difficulties. Yeah. Test. That's so weird. Easy, did you give up on until what the fuck is going on? I didn't give up. No, I'm just doing a little bit of catch up right now. Just a little bit of catch up. Just so I don't fall behind, Cammy, on other stuff. And then the only reason I want to read Soulforged today, we hear you? Okay, it's weird. So you guys hear me, but I can't hear myself. Okay, so I'm going to trust you guys when it comes to audio because I actually can't hear audio today for some reason. The only reason I'm reading this right now is because, okay, I do want to try and be consistent with the Reverend Insanity manhwa that's bi-weekly. And then Shadow Slave, I'm trying to read at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. And at this point, it's been 3 weeks. And then I think the official release doesn't come out now. It's only up early for people on Patreon. And then after that, you can't read it again until, I think in November. So other than that, I think we'll be good. So we'll just knock these 3 out, and then I'm going to end stream, and then I'm going to come back for more Lord of Mysteries. Yeah, I wanted to stream right now, get my and then I want to stream right now, read, get my errands out the way, upload it, and then delete all the old uploads because I'm almost out of space. Like, I'm uploading the last Lord of the Mystery stream, so I'm uploading that right now. And then once that's up, bam, I upload these. It's been so long. I know it's been a while. Me too. House so forth. I haven't read it. I have not read it yet. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out today. Oh, now I know why music is way too loud on my end. It's weird. What's going on with my PC, man? Oh, there you go. Now I can hear it. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're good. Will you check out the novel or manhwa? For Reverend Insanity, I'm reading just the manhwa right now. Yo. Look, for Reverend Insanity, I'm actually just reading the manhwa. Look, let me switch scenes. Yeah, for Reverend Insanity, it's only the manhwa. Yeah. But just because I'm reading Lord of the Mysteries, and yeah, like you guys have already seen, like my upload schedule for Shadow Slave. My upload schedule for Shadow Slave has been so inconsistent, just because Lord of the Mysteries is such a big series. Can you guys see Ellie? Ellie, say hi. Say hi. Ellie, hey, you gotta say hi for our intro. Yeah, say hi. She doesn't care. All right. Did anyone read? No, we're actually gonna check that out later today. After this, there's a new reword by another author with better art style. Wait, which one? Reword? Another one. Well, for now, let's read Reverend Insanity chapter 4, and then I think I only have chapter 5 right after. Let me quickly check. Oh yeah, super quick. We'll knock them out quickly. Awesome. Reverend Insanity. Why no ROV? I haven't read ROV yet. I know. I'm only doing these because it's been longer since I've read these. That's the only... You know what? Maybe I can read ROV. Because I think what I want to do, I want to treat my Sundays as just read all these other things. I think I want to treat Sundays, read other stuff, and then Lord of Mysteries. That way I don't read the same thing over, just so we can kind of like alleviate, like, oh, okay, let's just keep reading. That will kind of like make it at least fun for me, and at least hopefully fun for you guys. Yeah, so maybe, you know what? I think we will do ROV after. I'm down. I think we'll be good on time. We'll see how long we can knock down. We'll see how long we can knock these 3 out first, though, Milosh. Let's see. All right, chapter 4, and stream is, I think, buffering a lot because I'm still uploading the last Lord of the Mysteries read through from before the episode came out. So I apologize ahead of time if there's a little bit of a lag. Do this. Let me raise the volume up a little bit for you guys. Can you guys hear the fan in the background or no? Can you guys hear it? Oh, let me fix chat. Let me throw chat a little bit higher for you guys. Hold up. You guys can't hear the fan, right? I have a fan on, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh, no, it's good right here. No? Okay, awesome. So you guys can't hear it. You know what? Maybe I can just throw it right here. I think it'll be better if I just have chat. At this point, Wiz will finish. I know. I already know he's gonna finish before me, Milosh. There's like no way for me to catch up. It's like minimum on weekdays I have like 2 hours of free time, and it's like this dude, he's pumping out more than 2 hours of read-throughs every day. Yeah, so I'm like, shit, man, I can't. It's like I know I'm throwing up the white flag. Unless this bitch takes a week off, or no, unless this bitch takes a month off, we can do it. I'm just sad, man. I know. I'm kind of bummed out. I'm kind of bummed out though. Easy, you lost. No, I didn't lose the motivation. I did not lose the motivation. No. I know I'm not gonna catch up to it. Reality hit hard, man. I was going to bed. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, shit. This guy reads too fucking fast, man. He's reading too much, dude. But let me just, you know what? Let me knock these out, and then we'll go back. We'll go back to Lord of Mysteries, okay? We'll go back. Look, the thing is, I'm free. I think I'm free both Saturday and Sunday next week. And I think I'm going to take Monday off. Not this Monday, but next Monday. So that could be 3 potential days where we just stream like 8+ hours. 8, 16. That's like 24 hours in 3 days. Potentially, knock on wood. So that could be a lot of potential Lord of the Mysteries. I just need to go back and start deleting a lot of old videos because I'm so low on space. You have to update your chapter number. And with 364, oh, what the fuck? This was from Eliseed, man. You guys are right. I'm gonna just turn this shit. Oh, wow. That was from Eliseed, man. Good catch. Easy. You should enjoy what you do. Thank you, Sunless. Well, yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed. But let's continue. I can't believe I had 364. That was from Eliseed. OG, how many RI web novels are we reading? I think well, no. Right now it's just the manhwa OG. I think right now it's only chapter 4 and I believe 5. But chatter. All right. Great. All of you are punctual. I've always been punctual, right? Right, guys? Dude, by the way, OG, thank you, man. Thank you, dude. From bottom of my heart. I know, I'm sorry, OG. Bruh. Oh, wait, you thought I was reading the web novel? What do you mean? I have it right here on screen, dude. What do you mean? It's right here. I got excited for nothing. Son of a bitch, I got excited for nothing. You thought we were reading the web novel? OG, I'm taking back my donation. I got excited for nothing. Great, all of you are punctual. Anyways, great, all of you are punctual. Today is the awakening ceremony. All right, let's figure out what this is. Oh, also, I bought my Magoose neck. So hopefully it comes into it and I can get rid of the candle. I can just have it closer to my mouth. It is your life's great turning point. I won't say much, just come with me. Oh yeah, I forget he has a twin brother, right? Yeah, okay. Damn, look at the art style. So I don't get it. This is fan-made. This isn't official. I checked out Dao Bizarre Immortal web novel. It's trippy. Oh, that's sick. I'm down. Look, I mean, I say I'm down, man, but just I need more. Like, I need to set aside more time. I'm hoping once I finished Lord of the Mysteries, we'll have more time for other things. But hundreds of years ago, the Gu Yuan clan migrated from the central lands to the southern border and settled on Qing Mao Mountain. Okay, I don't think the Liza P music hits right now. It was then that they discovered a spirit spring in the underground cave. Okay, a spirit spring. This spirit spring produces a large number of primeval stones. Is that for the Gu? It could be said that this was the foundation of the Gu Yu village. Okay. Oh, so it's like a sanctuary for them. Oh, look at the cute little fishies. I want to fish, man. I want to have You finished volume 1 of RI. It's so peak. Damn. You guys get me excited, man. It's like I have to read stuff off stream for me to like read it, and then I don't know if I do reviews or just like my overall thoughts. I don't know, man. The moon orchid is food for many types of goo. This flower seed could be said to be the clan's biggest cultivation medium. Wow, so pretty. It really is beautiful. Okay, all right, listen as I call your name. What's gonna happen? Those who are called must walk through this river to the opposite bank. Walk as far as you can. Of course, the farther you go, the better it is. This sounds dangerous. Are you all clear? Clear. Everyone knows that the farther you can walk, the better your talent is. Father said if I receive a good grade, my whole life could change. Oh, yeah, the whole goose system is based on grades, right? Yeah, I like it so far. Gu Yu Chen, but well, I mean, this is only chapter 4. Yo, what's up? What's up, Long Wolf? Gu Yu Chen Bo, yes. Oh, he ain't gonna make it. He has that bowl cut. He has that bowl cut from Ned's Declassify. What was it? Ned's Declassify? School Survival Guide? Coconut Head? He ain't gonna make it that far with that coconut head haircut. Splash, splash. Oh, he made it? Oh, you have to go through the flowers. Got it. Russell. I assume the first step, something bad's gonna happen. 1, 2, 3. Come on and move forward. That's it. Gu Yang Bo, 3 steps, no talent to become a Goo Master. Pathetic. Damn, he's mad. End of volume 2 of RI Peak Higher, end of volume 1 and 2 LOTM together. What? No plot armor? Oh, hell. No plot armor? Okay, I'm down. Next, Gu Yo Zhao Shi. I'm just kind of sad that I know there's no ending since it's been canceled. That's the only thing that kind of makes me sad. But I feel like I can still enjoy it for what it is, you know? Not everyone has natural talent to become a Goo Master. Generally speaking, it is not bad if 5 out of 10 people have talent, okay? That's like half, 50%. That's not, bro, it's not the MC. Especially with that haircut. And as a bald man, I'm over here making fun of a bowl cut. I take that back. I apologize. In the Gu Yuan clan, this ratio is higher, reaching 6 out of 10. This is because the Gu Yu clan ancestor, the first generation clan leader, was a famous, legendary, and powerful man. I feel like that's the MC. If he has like a time travel Gu, I don't know. Who's to know he didn't go back in time? The ending was the friends we made along the way. I feel like that's what it's gonna be, man. It's like the One Piece. The One Piece was the friends we made along the way. This is because the Gu Yu clan's ancestor, the first generation clan leader, was a famous, legendary, and powerful man. Due to the cultivation reasons, his bloodline carried powerful genes. Thus, oh, okay, they all have the natural talent. Okay. Thus, the average quality of talent in the Gu Yuan clan was generally higher as they carried his blood in his veins. Okay. But I assume it gets diluted as you go further and further into the generations. A story can only continue if the author lets Gohan so young. I hope he continues it. Another failure. Next, Gu Yuan Mo B. Here. Oh, I don't know if he's going to make it, man. I don't think he's going to make it that far. Splash? I don't know. Oh, whoa. Okay, he's a natural. 20, 30 fucking, 36 fucking steps. Wow. Good Guyo Ma B. B grade. Come here. Let me see your primeval C. Primeval C. Guyo Mo B. Primeval C. Measuring 6 by 6. He can be vigorously trained. You may return now. Okay, so there's 6 grades. A, B, C, D. The special talent is measured in 4 grades. A grade to D. A grade to D grade. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay. A D grade youth is raised for 3 years would be able to become a ranker 1 senior Goo Master, becoming the foundation of their family. A C grade talent after 2 years of cultivation can usually become a rank 2 senior Goo Master, forming the backbone of the clan. A B grade talent must be cared for as they often end up becoming future clan elders. Within 6 to 7 years of training, they will become the rank 3 Goo Masters. Let me lower my volume down a bit. Give me a sec. It's way too loud on my end. Okay, so as long as you guys don't hear my fan, then I think we're chill. And when it comes to a grade, A grade talent, even just one would bring great fortune to the entire clan. They must be given the utmost care. Oh, that's clearly going to be the MC. With this level talent, in about 10 years, it would become a rank 4 Goo Master. Sunless. No, because Manhwa is still really new, so not a lot of chapters. Yeah, there isn't that many chapters right now. As long as you continue to train and work hard, you will eventually become one of the clan elders. Give it your all. Give it your all, brother. What's with the smug face? Are they mad at him? What do you think my grandson... Oh, he's the... Okay, he's the grandfather. What do you think? My grandson isn't that Bad, huh? Gu Yua Chi Lian. Oh, he's being smug. Yeah, look at that smug face, dude. 1 hour later, and it's time for the MC. The bloodline is getting thinner. In these recent years, the clan hasn't had any rank 4 masters to strengthen the bloodline. Okay, so that does make sense. As you go further, it just gets too thin. The 4th generation clan head was only rank 5 masters, but in the end, he perished along with the flower wine monk, and left behind no descendants. And the Gu Yuan clan later generations are growing weaker and weaker in talent. Gu Yuan Chi Chen? Damn, these names are kind of hard. Yes, I'm not used to saying these names, man. Yeah, you can continue from here. Yeah. Russell, 35. Okay, so he's going through. Oh, shit, he passed the other guy. Another B grade? Hell yeah, brother. Wait till you see the MC, dude. Wait, is this not translated? Oh, this is just them murmuring. Okay, 36 steps, 36 steps. You see that motion? Like, bitch, they got the same amount of steps, dude. Gu Yuan Chi Chen. If I remember correctly, the clan severely punished Gu Yuan Chi Chen for cheating during the awakening ceremony. He cheated? In reality, Chi Chen only had C-grade talent, but because his grandfather Zhu Yuan Chi Lian helped him fake the results, he appeared to have B-grade talent. How the fuck? But if they're counting the steps, oh, when he actually measures it, he just gave him B rather than C. Got it. Got it. To be honest, if I wanted to cheat, I have countless ways to do it. Oh, he don't need a cheat. He don't need a cheat. Oh, you know what? Let me put chat up here. That way, since I'll fix chat right now. Some methods are even more flawless in the Gu Yuan Chi clans. If I appeared to have a B grade or B grade talent, I would receive immense support from the clan. But I don't have much time to prepare anything since being reborn. And more importantly, even if I managed to cheat, I wouldn't be able to fake my cultivation speed. I'd be exposed eventually. So he can't even cheat, even if he tried. Gu Yuan Chi Chen is different. His grandfather is Gu Yuan Chi Lian, one of the 2 elders with most of the authority within the clan. I feel like this is going to be a good accomplice in the future. He's going to be a good companion, a good partner that we're going to fight alongside. With that power, Chi Lian was able to cover for his grandson. Gi Yuan Chi Lian was always hostile towards Gu Yuan Mo Chen. I got to practice these names, man. The chapters are long. That's nice. Yeah, I noticed this is a pretty long chapter, dude. These 2 elders are the clan's most influential figures. To suppress his opponents, he needs his own grandson to possess outstanding talent. It was also because he was helping from behind the scenes that Gu Yuan Chi Chen was able to control the truth for some time. In my memories, if it hadn't been for that incident, the truth would have never been revealed. If I expose a matter on the spot, I might receive a small reward for the clan, but then I would also offend the hype, or it'd put him at risk. But then I would also offend the high, powerful Gu Yuan Chi Lian. That would not be wise. Within such a short time, I could not blackmail them either. He wants to blackmail them. You can just skip Gu Yuan every time. Not gonna lie, everyone got that in their name. Okay, sorry. I'm also trying to practice the names. Because of my low status, it would just backfire on me. So just say Fang Yuan. So instead of Gu Yu, just Fang Yuan. Got it. Fang Yuan. All right. Special thanks to our Patreon Great Love Alliance members. So Alliance members. A note from the creators. Creating this web novel takes time and resources. If you have enjoyed this chapter, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support is crucial and the continued survival of the growth of the series. Patrons get early access to the chapters and other exclusive perks. All right. Awesome. Even a small pledge makes a big difference. How should I use this information? Fang Yuan. Try this. Oh, wait. So, I keep forgetting, he's Fang Yuan. But Gu Yuan is like the clan's name, right? So, Gu Yuan is the clan's name, but he's Fang Yuan. Got it. All right. Chapter 5. Next chapter. Look at that. Only 2 chapters. Uh-oh. Internet slowing down. Uh-oh. While the chapter loads, it is taking so fucking long to load. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's taking so fucking long to load, dude. What is going on here? Whoa, man. Can you, like, fucking load? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. This shit is not loading, man. Let me just try again. Oh man, this thing is not loading. I think it's because I'm uploading the LOTM video. That's not why that's why everyone got Gu Yuan in their name. Ah, got it. That makes more sense. So they're technically all from the same clan. Okay. There's like just different sub-clan members. Then they get their first name and last name like us. Damn,
What is bro reading? We're reading Reverend Insanity before Shadow Slave. Can you increase your volume a bit? I'm maxed out on both system and YouTube end. What part? My mic or the music? Bro, what the fuck is going on with my internet, bro? I think I'm gonna just stop trying to upload the video and just upload everything after. This is fucking crazy. See, so read Reverend Insanity. Oh, it's not fucking loading, man. Did their website crash? Does any... Oh my god. Read Reverend Insanity. Chapter 5. Oh, I think it's the official one. Give me a sec. Let me just get the chapter. It's not loading. Nah, it's on my list. Hold up. It's actually not loading. Give me a sec. Yeah, hold up. I'm just putting it right here because this thing is not loading. Their website just is not loading for some fucking reason, and I don't get it. Give me a sec. Bro, what the oh my god, bro got cursed by internet wizard. I literally fucking did, man. Holy shit, bro, what the fuck is this? Give me a sec. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, look, I got chapter 2 loaded. Let me do it manually. Chapter 3 loaded. And let me click on chapter 4. I know, Ellie, I'm gonna let you out. Did Soul Force chapters start releasing? Yeah, they only released the first 7 chapters on Patreon, and then the last and then it doesn't officially start until November. On Patreon, Turtle Me uploaded for Patreon members, so we get 7 chapters, and then the official release isn't until November. But I want to read it now. That way, I've already read it, and I don't have to fall behind on more series. What was that, Cammy? Gu Yuan Fang means Yuan from the Fang family from Gu Yui clan. Oh, hello. Okay, just to be sure, is this how the chapter starts? I think that's how it starts. Okay, I got it. Oh, that was crazy, man. Perfect, I got it. Gu Yuan. Let me skip the song. This does not fit. This music does not fit. Oh, man, the music we've been reading for Lord of Mysteries does not fit the series. We gotta find something that fits from, like, a video game that we can play. I feel like Black Myth Wukong music would fit for this series, but I haven't gone through the music yet. And out to see what music is claimable and what isn't claimable. But let's do this. All right, next chapter. After the internet devil struck, we are back. One of the oldest legends talks about Hope Gu. And the legend when the world was formed, it was a land of... Wait, didn't we read this? In the dangerous predicaments. Among the wild beasts, they walked the earth. The first man appeared. His name was Renzu. Predicaments loved the taste of Renzu and longed to eat him. Okay. Renzu did not have a body as strong as Mountain Rock, nor did he have the sharp teeth and the claws of a beast. No spoilers, get the hammer. And claws of the wild beast, how can he fight with the predicaments? His source of food was unstable and he had to hide all day. He kind of does look like the MC. Well, I get it. He's like a descendant. He was at the bottom of the nature's food chain and could barely survive. At most, this were the 3 Gu who came to him and said, as long as you provide us with your life, we will help you overcome this difficulty. This is a recurring theme of RM. You'll see the story multiple times. Oh, really? We see this multiple times? Okay, I'm down. Renzua first gave his youth away to the biggest Gu among the 3. The Gu then granted him strength. With the strength, Renzu's life began to change. He started to have a stable source of food and was able to protect himself. Damn, he got fucking muscled, bro. He got chiseled out. He fought bravely and ruthlessly, defeating many predicaments, but soon he suffered and realized that the strength was not everything. When facing an entire group of predicaments, his strength alone was not enough. Renzu reflected over his lesson bitterly and decided to give his prime middle years to the most beautiful Gu among the 3. Okay, this story of Renzu will be referenced to whole of RI. Oh, so it gets brought up a lot. Thus, the second Gu gave him wisdom. With wisdom, Renzu was able to learn how to think and reflect. Oh, he got old. By relying on wisdom, he was able to conquer all the goals that he formerly could not, and was able to kill countless predicaments. He ate the meat of predicaments, and drank their blood. He survived with tenacity, but the good things do not last, and Renzu became old, and would only continue to grow older and older. Human, what else can you give us? You don't have anything else left to offer us? Strength and wisdom, Gu said, as they realized what was the third Gu. They left him. Without strength and wisdom, Renzu was once again shrouded by predicaments. He was old and unable to run. Is the third Gu the time Gu? His teeth had fallen out and he could not even chew soft fruits and plants. Oh, that's sad, man. Renzu collapsed weakly to the ground, surrounded by predicaments. His heart was filled with despair. Human, take me up. I will help you escape this predicament. Oh, that's the third Gu, the time Gu. Gu, I don't have anything left to give you. Strength and wisdom, Gu must have abandoned me. The story of Renzu's peak? Really? Well, so far, this is already a sad story, man. They just left him once he got old. I only have my remaining last few years left. It's not worth as much as my youth and middle years. And if I give my last years, then my whole life immediately ended. Even though I am surrounded by predicaments right now, at least I would not die immediately. I wish to live a little longer, even if it's just a second more. Therefore, you should leave. I have nothing else to give. Among the three, I have the smallest needs. Human, if you just offer me your heart, it will be enough. Then I shall give you my heart. It's hope, Gu. Run away? Run away. Predicaments are most afraid of hope. From the day onwards, whenever Renzu faced predicaments, he gave his heart to hope. Oh, so this is a hopeful series. Okay. Wow, I wanted to know what happened. Shit, I got really into it. It's a metaphor for real life. You gain strength after your early years. You gain wisdom after your middle years. And you lose them after you grow old and senile. Oh, and then you rely on hope. Damn, that's kind of fucked up. Oh, man, I think the scariest thing for me, besides losing my memories, is like growing old, man. Oh, man, that shit is scary, man. It's getting more and more exciting. Yup. Fuck, man, that's scary, dude. He's going to do like 1,000 steps. He's going to clear the whole thing, right? The Hope Gu has started moving. The Hope Gu? The Hope Gu. Wait, oh, the Hope Gu is in this flower field? Wait, he has... Oh, the Hope Gu was the time Gu he had. Huh? The number of Hope Gu is less than expected? Wait, no. This was definitely not the sign of A-grade talent. Russell. Up until now, I have walked 23 steps, 24, 25, 26, 27. He stops? Huh? But dump. Oh, give him hope. Oh, he's smiling. The awakening ceremony was a success. This was the hope to immortality. The Aperture is mysterious. Oh, the Aperture is mysterious and unusual. Very Lord of Mysterious indeed, huh? You see what we did there? Although it was located inside Fang Yuan's body, it was also not sharing the same space with his internal organs. So it's separated. It's separated. You could say that it was endlessly huge, yet at the same time, infinitely small. Some call it the Purple Prefecture, and some call it the Chinese Pool. However, many people know it as the Primeval Sea Aperture. This thin membrane of light supported the aperture so it would not collapse, and inside the aperture was naturally the primordial sea. Only rank 1 Gu masters can form this green coppery primeval essence known as the green copper sea. The height of Fang Yuan's primeval sea surface reaches only 44% of the aperture, so he can't get the whole thing, falling short of even half of its height. This was the limitation of his sea-grade talent. Oh, so he's sea-grade. Every drop of seawater was pure primeval essence, which represented the condensation of Fang Yuan's essence of vitality and soul. The primeval essence is used by the Gu masters to raise Gu, so he can essentially go from C to B and A. Okay. This also meant that from now onwards, Fang Yuan has formally entered the route of a rank 1 Gu master. Since the aperture has opened and no more Hope Gu entered Fang Yuan's body, so he's capped at 44%. A lot of philosophy and concepts are explained through the analogy of the Gu stories. Okay, I'm down for that. Just like my previous life, I can't take even one more step forward. Oh, okay, you can't go any further? He's fucking mad. He's like, what you say, bitch? I don't care. What? Fang Yuan only took 23 steps, so he just a C-grade talent? Shock? Unbelievable, only a C-grade talent for such a genius like him. Only 27 steps, who could have imagined? Maybe there was a mistake. I had always thought that the older brother would be a A-grade talent. No, just me. Oh, so the other brother, the twin brother's stronger. No, he's talking about the ranks of goo cultivation, not... Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Goo cultivation and goo ranks have separate talents. Okay, I have to remember that. I thought it was the same thing. I thought it implied the same thing. Okay, so they're different. 2 different rankings. No, not just me. Even aunt, uncle, and the whole clan thought so too. Big brother, them, he was only C grade. Could the results be wrong? How can that be? This method is accurate beyond reasoning. Not to add that we were watching the entire time, even cheating is hard. I don't know. Somebody did cheat. The higher talent you got, the higher your rise in ranks of cultivation. Got it. Use with a higher quality primeval seed talent often displays traits surpassing those of ordinary men, such as intelligence, perception, memory, strength, and agility, and so on. Yet, these traits alone do not guarantee high primeval talent. At the end, everything is still decided by the results of the awakening ceremony. The greater your hopes, the greater your disappointment. The greater your disappointment, the faster, sorry? Oh, the faster the ranks of cultivation. The Gu Yuan's current generation. Oh, that's what they meant by like it take like 4 to 7 years, 4 to 5 years, 2 to 3 years. Okay, it's faster. Okay, the progression is faster. Got it. The Gu Yuan's clan current generation is no longer what it once was in the days of the first generation. Didn't they say they were like 4th gen? Oh shit, that was it. Fuck, the chapter went by quick. I am so bored. Hope you a human. Oh, it's the Hope you human. Give me your heart and that will help you deal with your troubles? Sure. Oh, look at that. How did I knew this? Like I have foresight. Sure. Why not? Is that a heart? Oh, because he's giving his heart and he's reading Reverend Insanity. Did he just say pig? Peak. Peak read through. All right, that's it. 2 short and sweet chapters. Hopefully I don't fall behind again and we actually just start reading every chapter as they come out. That is the plan. So if you guys like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if I necessarily have any thoughts just yet. All I know is, yes, Yudon looks pretty cute. It's always the chibi characters that look pretty cute. It's always pretty funny. They always have like a nice art style. I've always loved the chibi characters. And speaking of chibi, I've fallen behind on the chibi shorts, man. But if you like what you see and want to see more, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you have any recommendations, let me know. And I assume, as we stall this outro, read ROV, please. I know. We still got them. We still got all the stuff on the back burner. I got you, Milosh. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace, and have a good day. Later, guys. Let me see this. Hold up. Let me see what I have right here on the back burner. Let me just see my space. So that I'm trying to time management because I only have like 200 gigs of space left. So that recording was 20 minutes. Did my thing corrupt? There's no way it corrupted. That's a badass pick. Oh no. 5 gigs, 20 minutes. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, what the fuck was that? No. It's not. It's cool. Even if it did corrupt, I can just go back and download the stream. It's weird. It just, I guess, hasn't fully downloaded. I've never had that problem before. It's not loading. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that's so... Let me try opening it. Wait, hold up. Let me try opening it in VLC Media Player. Or VS Goated. No, I like it. I've liked what I read so far. Give me a sec. Ellie, hey, you gotta say hi for our intro. Okay. Yeah, say hi. That's right here. She doesn't care. All right. Did anyone read? No, we're actually gonna check that out later today. After the. Okay. I think we were able to save it. I don't think we're able to save it. I think we're able to save it. I can't play it, but I can just. I wasn't able to play it, but I think we're good. I think it's saved. All right, hold up. Let me see how our internet is. For Omniscient Reader, the last chapter I read was fucking internet, bro. You have to be kidding me. I think it's because I'm actually uploading the video. Give me a sec. Give me 1 more minute. Please tell me it upload. It's only fucking 50%.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's for me. I've been watching Critical Role. Fuck, man. I think it's really it. I think it really is because I'm uploading the videos. The voices are ringing in my head. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can actually get it to open. If not, I might not be able to read it. And I'm being honest. Look, I'm even gonna show you it right here, just so you can believe me, Milosh. Look, just so you can believe me. I actually can't even get it. I actually can't even get it to load. Come on, bro. I think I'm only able to read what I already have loaded. Give me a sec. Oh. I know why it didn't. I know why I wasn't able to play it. I didn't hit stop recording. That's so funny. So when I uploaded that video, I'm gonna have to keep it private for a little bit and then just trim out that ending. That's why I wasn't able to upload it. I forgot to hit stop recording. I might not be able to read it. I'm gonna try one more time and go on Webtoons and see if I can read ROV. If not, I have Shadow Slave because I already have the chapter open, so I'd be able to read it. No. Oh my god, I'm showing the chapter on screen. That was for Lord of Mysteries. What the fuck, why? Hello, everyone. Wait, what voice is Milosh? Bruh? I know, I'm sorry. Like, I actually can't, and it's not like I'm not lying, by the way. Look, I hope, please believe me. I have it right here. Yeah, I think we are gonna have to read Shadow Slave. Look, I'm actually trying to read it. Look, right here. Webtoons/Omniscient Reader, episode 7. But I think because I'm uploading the videos, it just, my internet has been so slow, man. It's been over an hour and it's only like 50%. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to read Shadow Slave. Just because I already have the chapter up. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can think of right now. That's weird, man. I've never had that problem. Yeah, I think that's what we're just gonna read. I'm gonna put Shadow Slave down. Okay. Yeah, just because I already have it uploaded. Ah, it's so weird, man. I don't know why it's doing that. That kind of bums me out, though, man. I'm not gonna lie. That actually fucking bums me out. And would I even be able to load chapter 1 of... Yeah, look, I can load chapter 1 of Soulforged, but not the rest. Ah, that fucking annoys me. All right, let's just read this. I'll probably have to come back again later today and just stream again and read more ROV. Holy, the wallpaper's sick, bro. I've had that wallpaper since like for years, bro. I've had that wallpaper, I kid you not, probably since I think I originally read Tokyo Ghoul like 10 years ago, man. All right, let's get this ready. Let me just pop out chat and read a little bit more Shadow Slave. Let me just put chat right here so I can see you guys. Shadow Slave it is in? Yeah, it is. Tokyo Ghoul is peak. Dude, I love it. I bought every single volume as it came out back in the day. Look at that. I bought every single volume as it came out, man. It took so long to finish collecting it, and then every time it'd come out, I'd reread it, bro. I'd reread it. Every single time a new volume came out, I reread it. But now, if you guys are ready, I'm sorry it's been 3 weeks. Before I go on a tangent and we start talking about Tokyo Ghoul all day, we're going to start reading Shadow Slave. I know it's been a while. We are on... Wait, hold up. We're not chapter 14. We are on chapter 15. Last thing I remember is we got out of the first freaking nightmare. Yeah, dude, Tokyo Ghoul is definitely top 10 manga for me. I know people might say, oh, it's not the best, most complex thing, but I like it. It holds a very sweet place in my heart. But as I say that, Shadow Slave, chapter 15. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Chapter 15 is the title drop. What the fuck? Chapter 15 of Shadow Slave is actually called Shadow Slave. I think chapter 14 was called Child of Shadows. Let me scroll up. Yeah, Child of Shadows. Look, I still remember. Okay, chapter 14 was called Child of Shadows because the shadows responded to his plea when he was dying on the altar. And it was able to kill the... I forget what the apparitions are called. The tyrant? Was it the tyrant that it killed, right? It's like the shadow tentacles came out, right? How many chapters? I think the goal was to just read like 5 chapters and then just read the first 7 chapters of Soulforged after. But for now, chapter 15, Shadow Slave. So I am excited to see what now happens now that we're in the real world. I'm kind of curious because originally when I went into this series, I thought the whole series just takes place from like within the dream worlds. But I guess that's not it. Stay immersed? Yeah, we're gonna stay immersed. Yo, if it isn't my second favorite LOTM live stream reader, what do you mean second? What do you mean, dude? All right, you know what? It's cool. I'm not gonna let the bait get to me. Chapter 15, Shadow Slave. All right, let me get the chapter up. Let me get the chapter up. Let me get this. Just kidding, you're my favorite. No, I'm kidding. I know. I know. Thank you, bro. All right, let's get this up. The fuck? There's a problem. I don't see the chapter is on the top right. Okay, let me just move the chapter to the bottom. Like this. We turn on Shadow Slave. Perfect. Okay, got it. Look at that. That was super quick. Don't tell Wes. Ah, that's between you and me, guys. All right, chapter 15, Shadow Slave. Wait, do I even have music in the background? I have to just play Elden Ring music. It's very low and it's very quiet. So we'll gauge it. We'll gauge it. We'll see how it goes. And if stream crashes, you guys let me know. But chapter 15. All right. Prepare for appraisal. Oh, yeah, because he was able to kill it, he technically gets an ability now. Our glorious short king noble cockroach is back. Man, I'm at chapter 1600 and not finding motivation to continue. Keep doing it, son, unless you're almost there, bro. Wait, do you read the afterword for chapter 9? The afterwards? I don't think I've read that. Wait, unless you're trolling me. Sunny found himself in a space between dream and reality. It was an endless black void illuminated by a myriad of stars. Between those stars, countless strings of silver light were woven into a beautiful and inconveniently complex net, forming various nexuses and constellations. It was truly breathtaking. Somewhere, Sunny understood that he was seeing the inner workings of the nightmare spell. The nightmare spell, he also couldn't help but think that it looked a lot like the celestial equivalent of a neural network. If so, was the spell alive? The spell is alive? Yeah, his first nightmare is over. If so, was the spell alive? This was a question that countless people had been asking themselves for the past few decades. The best answer they had come up with was that there was no way to know. The spell was neither alive nor it was dead. It looks like it might be alive. It was neither alive nor dead. The spell was neither alive nor dead, neither sentient nor mindless. So it's like somewhere in between. It was more of a function than a creature, but Sunny was in a mood to ponder the philosophical questions. He was eagerly awaiting his boon. I thought it said badoon. He was eagerly awaiting his boon. The spell was still... I'm going to raise my volume. The spell was still appraising his performance. However, the first reward had nothing to do with it. You have received a memory. Puppeteer's Shroud. I'm sorry, are we reading Lord of the Mysteries here? Puppeteer's Shroud? I'm sorry, is he a marionette? Yes. Sunny felt incredibly elated. He was almost ready to do a happy dance. The memory belonged to a mountain king who was an awakened tyrant, which meant that the memory itself of the awakened rank, getting it was a stroke of incredible luck. It's not his first nightmare. It's the first trial of... It's the first trial? I thought because he fell asleep, he went into a nightmare? No, it's his first trial? There were 7 ranks to everything in the spell. The ranks were in order of growing power: dormant, awakened, ascended, transcended, supreme, sacred, and divine. Okay, 7 ranks. With the exclusion of nightmare creatures who were ranked dormant, fallen, corrupted, grey, cursed, and unholy. For the spell points of... Wait, and what did he fight? Dormant, awakened, fallen, corrupted, great, cursed, and unholy. For the spell's point of view, Sunny was a dormant human, having a memory of a higher rank than his own soul core was to be of great help once he entered the dream realm. The power gap between different ranks simply could not be overestimated. He wanted to take a look at the Puppeteer Shroud, but there was no more time. The spell was done with its appraisal. I'm gonna put the volume all the way up because you guys can't even hear anything. It's weird how low Elden Ring music is at times. Yeah, it's so weird. Here in the void, if voices didn't sound subtle and familiar anywhere, rather it seemed like the universe itself was speaking. Sunny held his breath, listening. As strident, your trial is over. A nameless slave ascended the Black Mountain. Both heroes and monsters felt like his hands unbroken. He entered the ruined temple of a long-forgotten god. And so the ruined temple that helped him was of a long-forgotten god. And spilled his blood on the sacred altar. The gods were dead, and yet they listened. Damn, you might want to remember the ranks. It isn't too important, but it would make reading comprehension easier. I think I do have to at least have like slight notes on this series. I'm trying to do this without notes, but I think I am gonna have to at least keep track. I have at least like the power system. I think that's the one thing I'm noticing. I might at least have to keep track of that. The gods were dead, and yet they listened. You have defeated a dormant beast, Mountain King's larva. You have defeated 3 dormant humans, names unknown. You have defeated an awakened human, Aro of the Nine. You have defeated an awakened tyrant, Mountain King. You have received the shadow god's blessings. You have achieved the impossible. The impossible. Final appraisal, glorious. Your treachery truly knows no bounds. Your treachery? Just remember to count to 7 and it will be fine. Okay. That final part was not really necessary as far as Sunny was concerned, but he was still pretty satisfied with the praise from the spell. He felt like his chances of evolving his aspect to an awakened or even the ascended one was pretty high. Watch it be like the lowest rank. His overall power was still dependent on the rank of his soul core, which would remain dormant until much later, but the ranks of the aspect itself would be wonders for his overall potential. Dreamer Sunless received your boon. He was an aspirant no more. Sunny grinned. You have been bestowed a true name, Lost from Light. Lost from Light. His jaw dropped. A true name. He had received a true name. Never in his wildest dreams did Sunny dream of becoming one of the chosen few to accomplish such a feat. So it's only very few people have like a true name. And in his very first nightmare to boot, not even all of the saints could boast of having one. He was an elite now, a bona fide cream of the crop. He was going to be rich, but with the rewards keep coming, your aspect is ready to evolve. Evolve aspect. What kind of question is that? Sunny crossed his fingers and said yes, and watch it evolve into like something weak. Dormant aspect, temple slave is evolving. New aspect acquired. Aspect rank divine. Okay, wait. So he's actually getting good luck here. Aspect rank divine. Divine was the highest rank out of the 7. A little note with the ranks is enough. Sunny fell over. Aspect name Shadow Slave. Divine, it's divine. Sunny was standing on his knees, stupefied. The shock was so great that for a second there, he lost all control over his limbs and fell. Yep. Oh, that's cool. I thought he was going to be like, I thought I was going to do like that one trope in series where like he's actually given like the weakest powers, but like the weakest powers are unironically like the strongest thing. It's kind of like how in Black Clover, Asta, he just doesn't have any powers, but he can just cancel all powers with his freaking sword. And like, even though he doesn't have any power, he's technically the strongest because he can just negate it all. Okay. Sunny was standing on his knees, stupefied. The shock was so great that for the second there, he lost all control over his limbs and fell. It said divine, right? He raised a trembling hand and rubbed his eyes, making sure that he was awake, or rather conscious, since technically he was still sleeping in the underground vault of the police station. Confused by all the terminology, Sunny listened, summoned to the ruins, and found the lines describing his aspect. Aspect, Shadow Slave. Aspect rank, divine. Aspect description, you are a miraculous shadow left behind by a dead god, the one that listened, right? As a divine shadow, you possess plenty of strange and wondrous powers. However, your existence is empty and lonesome. You mourn the passing of your former master and long to find a new one. What the fuck? Innate ability, Shadow Bond. Ability description, find a worthy master and let them know your true name. Once you recite it out loud, you will be bound to their will, unable to disobey any command. That doesn't sound good. It is improper for a shadow, let alone a divine wand, to walk around without a master. He is still weak because he is just a slum rat. This is kind of bad. What the fuck? He has to bound himself to somebody? That was a lot to digest. I understood that reference. First of all, Sunny felt his heart beating faster. His heart is right. All the suffering and horror he had experienced in the first nightmare paid off in the end. A divine aspect, he had received a divine aspect. Anything above awakened was rare and immensely valuable. People with ascended aspects were rare enough to be fought over by various factions. Oh shit, so there's different guilds and factions that fight for strong people. Okay. The factions themselves were built around the singular powerhouses with the transcendent or supreme aspects, and he had never even heard of anyone acquiring a divine one. Never. Anything with a divine prefix was so hard to find that it mostly lived in the realm of myths and legends. After all, the human race had not reached out the height yet. It was only slightly more than a decade since humans managed to finally conquer the third nightmare. The third nightmare? Yo, what's up, D? It was more than a decade since humans managed to conquer the third nightmare. I'm sorry, are there shared nightmares? And receive the ability to evolve their cores to transcendent rank. As transcendents or saints, as they were called in real world, powerful awakened ruled over the dream world, but even they did not dare to face nightmare creatures of high ranks. Subsequently, there was not a lot of memories or echoes supreme rank around, let alone secret divine. That same went for the aspects. And yet Sunny just got one. He grinned, driven half mad by joy and arrogance. However, his jubilation was a little muddied. After all, there was that of a weird innate ability. Of course, he had no intention of becoming someone's magical slave. With no free will of his own, Wait, so it's like, I don't get it. So he has to bound himself to somebody. that is going to be like a worthy master. With no free will of his own, to hell with that. But it wasn't that bad. All he had to do was to avoid that fate and to conceal his true name. No one except for him could see his status. That meant that Sunny just had to keep his mouth shut, and no one will know that he even had one. It meant giving up all the benefits that someone was bestowed with a true name after the first nightmare was entitled to. Oh, so he has to sacrifice all that. But it's all paled in comparison with a divine aspect. Not a problem, Sunny thought with a smirk. If a spell had the ability to laugh, it would surely do so after hearing his thoughts. However, it didn't. Instead, it began to speak again. The first seal is broken. Wait, the spell is speaking? He would not be able to disobey his master. However, it did not. Instead, it began to speak. The first seal is broken, awakening dormant powers. All right, hold up. You guys can tell me this. So, like, is his master gonna be like Makima level of like master? Like, hell yeah, like I will bark and I will do whatever this woman says, or is it gonna be like something bad? Oh, you know what? No. I'm thinking out loud. Don't tell me. Oh, okay. Wait, actually, wait, never mind. Don't tell me. I lied. Don't tell me how. Don't tell me which way we're gonna go. Nas, don't tell me. Actually, I lied. Don't tell me actually which way we're gonna go. But chapter 16 is called Rebirth. Ooh, good game. Chapter 16, Rebirth. Oh, I'm not even taking timestamps, so we just go straight into it. Yeah. I'm actually not gonna take timestamps for this one, just so I can save and read a little bit quicker. Chapter 16 is called Rebirth. Sunny felt something wakening up inside him. With a startled cry, he clutched his chest and stared into the darkness, trying to understand what was happening. The feeling that was not painful or unpleasant, yet it was like nothing had ever happened. The experience, it was as though his soul was being shaken awake, infused with a strange new energy. However, the energy did not come from some outside source. Rather, it was coming from within, as though it had always been there. Sleeping, the energy filled with every fiber of his being. Sunny felt his emotions becoming clearer and sharper. Then his body began to change too. He felt as though the miniature star was burning in the center of his chest. Waves of heat were radiating from it, slowly reaching his stomach and shoulders, then his arms and legs, then his hands and feet. Under that heat, his bones, muscles, organs, and blood vessels were being rebuilt and revitalized. Oh my god, I cannot read. Revitalized. Holy shit. Sunny felt like he was being reborn. It was becoming stronger, faster, and healthier. It was euphoric. With each second, his transformation was becoming more profound. New confidence settled in Sunny's heart. He was not a weak, frail street kid anymore. He was not as vulnerable against anyone who would wish to bully him as he was in the past. With his powers awakened and his feet tempered by the horrors of the first nightmare, he was now someone you would not want to cross. After some time he passed, the star burning in his chest finally cooled down. The heat was replaced with a soothing coldness. The coldness washed over Sunny's body, taking away all the aches and discomforts that he had been accumulated there over the years. Then it moved up, reaching his brain and finally his eyes. His vision strangely doubled. He could still see the void populated by endless patterns of stars, but he could also see something different. So he sees something else in the void. A silent, calm, dark sea illuminated by a lone black sun. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lee? From his previous knowledge, Sunny knew that this was a so-called Sea of the Soul, but he also knew that it was supposed to look quite different. For starters, it was supposed to be much more lively. The star hanging above the visual representation of his soul core was supposed to be burning with bright light, filling the soul sea with a warm, blinding shine. I do like how like dark and gloomy his whole power system is kind of turning out to be. So I feel like he's gonna be like this cool edgelord motherfucker. I can see it. It's gonna be so badass. However, Sunny's soul was dark in lightness. That's strange. He took a look at the black sun at a closer examination and actually turned out to be transparent. It's just that with no other major source of light around it, the star appeared to be as dark as its surroundings. Also, no one was supposed to be here except for him. It was his soul after all. But Sunny had a nagging feeling that somewhere just beyond the periphery of his vision, hidden in darkness, the sharpless forms of constantly moving. No matter how he turned his head, he couldn't catch a clear glimpse of them, and yet the feeling would not go away. Not wishing to waste any more time on this right now, Sunny turned to the black sun and finally spotted two spheres of light orbiting around it. As though caught in the soul core gravity well, a subtle smile appeared on his face. These were his memories. So it shows his memories? These were his memories, Silver Bell and Puppeteer Shroud. So those are his two things right now, his two abilities. He had the Silver Bell that he used, and then now he has his Puppeteer Shroud. Damn, Easy will be reading 3 separate novels today. Yeah, no, man. And then we still got Soul Forged. Silver Spell and Puppeteer Shroud. Later, there will be dozens of such spears. And then when I get my internet working, we can finally read more Oral V. be dozens of such spheres. If he was lucky, he would even acquire an echo or two. I forget what echoes are. The spell's voice suddenly pulled him out of the seal of soul, awakening aspect ability. This is it, the moment of truth, Sunny thought. Divine aspect or not, his immediate future still depended on the first aspect ability he would receive. His role in the dream would be based on the characteristics. If it was a competent ability, he would be most useful of the front lines of the bloody battles against the nightmare creatures that go to the real world, right? It would be the manhwa. Workings of the dream. Oh, wait, I lost my place. To do with utility, if it was competent ability, he would be most useful in the front lines of the bloody battle against the nightmare creatures. If it was tied to sorcery, he would likely become a powerful but fragile ranged fighter. If it was something having to do with utility, he would be a vitally important part of the behind-the-scenes working of the dream realm. I feel like that'd be his thing, behind the scenes. Utility ability were also extremely valued in the real world, where Awakened performed many tasks that kept it going. If he was unlucky, he could even become a healer. Healers were very rare and as such sought after specialists. Aspect ability acquired. Aspect ability named Shadow Control. No way he can control shadows. Suddenly, Hurley summoned the runes. He wanted to go to the description of his new ability right away, but then he decided to give his overall information a look first. So his name is Sunless. True name, Lost from Light. So that's his real name that he has to give to a worthy master, and then he's bound to. Right? His true name, Lost from Light. Rank, Dreamer. Shadow Core, Dormant. Shadow Fragments, 12 out of 1,000. What the fuck are Shadow Fragments? What is that? Where the rank of his soul core was supposed to be written, a mysterious shadow core appeared instead. So he has a completely different trait. So rather than what? Where the rank of his soul core was supposed to be written, a mysterious shadow core appeared instead. So it would have said soul core, but instead it says shadow core dormant. Solo leveling is so back, guys. I'm ready for solo leveling. I'm ready for Ragnarok to come back. I'm ready for season 2. Appeared instead. Sunny looked at it, blinking. He had never heard of anyone having a different kind of core before. Was he that unique? This enigmatic shadow core would certainly explain why his sea of soul looked so strange, and also how he moved his eyes down, noticing the shadow fragments counter. Usually there was supposed to be an indicator of the number of souls shared consumed. However, it was nowhere to be seen. Do I actually have a completely different progression path than all the Awakened? That sounds kind of broken. The idea was exciting as it was frightening. Not having to fight for resources with anybody else was incredible advantage. Wait, you have to fight for that? Most of the human society in the dream realm was built around the acquisition of soul shards. If he had no need to gather them to evolve, not only would he be able to become more powerful with the incredible speed, he would also be completely self-sufficient. Oh, he doesn't have to depend on resources that people fight for. Okay. On the other hand, he had no idea how to acquire these shadow fragments. However, he had gotten 12 of them somewhere already. So whatever it was, he had to do it. He had already done it in the first nightmare. I'll have to explore this carefully. Satisfied with the decision, Sunny continued studying the runes. Memories, silver bullets, puppeteer shrouds, echoes. Oh, man. OBS crashed. Not OBS. Oh, no. I ran out of memory. Oh. What? Pop out chat. Oh man, let me see if this fucking video finished uploading, man. God damn. The Lord of the Mysteries video uploads in 30 minutes. Holy shit, man. It's not broken, it's cursed, man. Oh, this is cursed? Wait, so it's actually not a broken ability, but a cursed ability. All right, man. F, yeah? All right. Echoes, a tribute. Wait. I have to explore this carefully. Satisfied with the decision, Sunny continued to study the runes. Memories, Silver Bell, Puppeteer Shroud, Echoes, Attributes, Fated, Mark of Divinity, Child of Shadows. Aspect, Shadow Slave, Aspect Rank, Divine, Aspect Abilities, Shadow Control, Aspect Descriptions. Your shadow is more independent than most. It is an invaluable helper. Wait, what the fuck? His shadows can... So, I'm sorry. Is this gonna be like some Naruto shit when you can, like, control your fucking shadows and shit? Oh, okay. That sounds cool. What is that supposed to mean? Sunny held his breath and began to read the description again, but at that moment, a new set of runes appeared just below it. Simultaneously, the spell's voice resounded in the black void. All the power has a price. You have received a flaw. You have a flaw? Your flaw is Sunny read on the runes and his eyes widened in horror. Oh, no. I have a fuck. Oh, he's screwed. He has a flaw. So the creator is called Guilty Tree, correct? Or no, Guilty 3. All right, let me read. He has a author's note. I mean, SSS as a big on solo leveling, both having traits and shadows. Naruto can control. No, I mean not Naruto himself, but in the show Naruto, Naruto, what the fuck did I say? There's a character that can control shadows. There's like an entire tribe of like people, like an entire clan that can control the shadows. So let's read his author notes. I feel like I need to issue a bit of a warning. In the world of the novel, flaws are a very serious matter. They are often grave and never pleasant, acting as a counterweight to the powers of the awakened. As someone with an extraordinary power, Sunny will have to receive a corresponding devious flaw. He will also have to suffer for a couple of chapters to learn how to deal with this new situation. Don't worry though, in the end, the additional challenge would only make his exploits even more thrilling. Okay, G3 for short? Okay, I'm down. So G3 for short. Chapter 17 is called 3 Simple Words. Let's update this. Let me hold up, make sure the missus didn't text me. The missus did not text me, but she sent me something. She sent me a meme. All right, let's keep reading. Okay, these flaws kind of remind me of Hades, because in Hades you can take on like a negative effect. What was it, from chaos or whatever? And then like once you conquer that negative effect for like 3 turns or whatever, you get like a good boost. So chapter 17 is called 3 Simple Words. He closed his eyes, then opened them again, hoping that the runes would disappear. Please be gone, please. But the runes were still there, shining slightly as though mocking him. Flaw, clear conscience, flaw description, you cannot lie. That does not sound good. Sunny stared at the 3 simple words, feeling like there was a bottomless abyss opening right beneath his feet. The spell, which was usually frivolous with its description, decided to be straight and on point this time. There were only 3 words. They left him no room to maneuver. Can't lie. I can't lie. Me. How am I supposed to live if I can't lie? Sunny's very survival was predicted on his ability to deceive and outsmart the other people. That's such a bad thing, dude. That is so bad, bro. Even the spell itself. So it's like, if somebody asks him, like, what's your trait? He can't lie. And like, oh, you have to bound yourself to somebody if you say your real name. But like, tell me your real name. That does not sound good. Even the spell itself congratulated him on his treachery. Without the ability to lie, he wouldn't be able to achieve anything. Not to mention, his heart suddenly felt as though it was about to stop. If he could only tell the truth, how was he supposed to hide his true name? Wouldn't anyone be able to turn him into an obedient slave by simply asking a couple of innocent questions? Shh. Sunny was about to scream and curse at the bottom of the spell, but the spell spoke again. Wake up, the lost light. The black void spun and disappeared. Sunny opened his eyes. The armored... Oh, yeah, he was in a police station. The armor ceiling of the police station's vault hang above him. No one would call its aesthetics beautiful, but to him, it was the most majestic sight. Only now that he realized how much he had missed the real world, it was safe and familiar. There were no monsters or slavers. Well, at least officially, there was no constant fear of torturous death. It was home. In addition, Sunny felt incredible. The cold that he had crept deep into his bones during the nightmare was gone, taking in all of his pains, and his wounds body had been endured day after day. His feet and wrists were no longer in agony. His back had forgotten the bite of the whip, and he could even breathe without feeling the sharp edges of his broken ribs cutting deeper and deeper into his lungs. Ugh. What a blessing. Ah, man, that's fucked up. What a blessing. The sudden disappearance of pain, coupled with new vitality and permeated his body, almost made Sunny cry. I really survived. He slowly looked down at the then frozen Breathless. On a cheap plastic chair, placed beside his reinforced medical bed, sat the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She had short, raven black hair and icy blue eyes. Okay, hold up. Mommy? Her flawed skin was smooth, supple, and as white as snow. Okay? Baddie alert? Fucking baddie alert. Send me the artwork already. Send me the baddie artwork. Send it now, guys. However, while Sunny's pallor looked strange and unhealthy, the beautiful stranger was nothing short of striking. The woman seemed to be in her late 20s. She was wearing a dark blue uniform with silver etiquette and black leather boots. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'll tell her my true name. The jacket of her uniform was casually unbuttoned, revealing a black tank top beneath. You guys should have told me you guys should have told me about her sooner, dude. I would have been reading this a month ago. No, I'm kidding. Currently, she was stretching her arms above her head, clearly bored and sleepy. The gesture forced the thin fabric to tighten, provocatively accentuating her full breast. Send the art, guys. Send the art. Mesmerized, Sunny almost missed the fact that there was a shoulder insignia on the woman's left sleeve. There were 3 stars on it. 3 stars, huh? He thought distracted. He's distracted. I wonder why. We know easy. Shit, that's all you had to say. Like, I'm already opening up Discord. Send the artwork, brothers. Send the artwork, brothers and sisters. Send it. Send it like your life depends on it. 3 stars means and ascended, huh? Yeah, wait and ascended. But before Sunny could fully digest the meaning of this word, he realized that the woman was staring at him too. What are you looking at? She said, not a, oh, he's like, I'm looking, oh, okay. What are you looking at? She said, not a gram of humor in her voice. Sunny blinked a couple of times, embarrassed, and quickly came up with an excuse. Then he opened his mouth and answered, your breasts. A second later, her eyes widened in absolute horror because he wasn't planning to say those words at all. His mouth moved on its own. A wave of terror suddenly drowned him. The woman slowly smiled with a dangerous gleam in her eyes. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good for him. Let me raise the volume up again. Gleam in her eyes. Then, without any warning, she moved her hand and slapped Sunny across the face. Damn. On your reaction, I'm on 270. Oh, no way. Dude, that's crazy. That's so awesome, dude. Thank you, man. Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, no worry, man. It gets good. It gets pretty good later on. Sunny's whole body was turned around. It wasn't for the restraints holding him in place. He would have probably fallen off the bed. For a moment, he even saw stars. But it can still be considered getting off lightly. And ascended of the woman was ascended. She could have torn his head clean off with a flick of finger. Why did he have to offend someone so powerful of all people? Meanwhile, the woman cleared her throat and crossed her arms. Are you awake now? Sunny held his numb cheek and carefully nodded. Good, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't just say anything that comes to your mind, especially to girls. It's not like you haven't seen a girl before, right? Say thank you. I definitely will not, Sunny thought. But instead, his mouth moved on his own and he said, I've seen plenty, but no one as beautiful as you. Then he flinched back, his face as red as a lobster. The woman stared at him for a few seconds and then burst into laughter. I see you haven't met a lot of awakened then. By awakened standards, I'm below average. Sunny glanced at her in with her doubt. The woman shook her head. As your soul core develops, the body gets rid of all the imperfections, so it's hard to find an attractive awakened, especially among the stronger ones. Live long enough and you might just become a flower boy yourself. Then she gave him a thorough look and then added, well, maybe in any case, since you're an awake, will help you to land on the living. Congratulations surviving your first nightmare. Sleeper sunless. Sleeper sunless. That was how people would address him now, at least in a short span of days until the winter solstice. After that, he would either return to the dream realm as an awakened or not at all. It felt strange to have a title put before his name, but the past Sunny was rarely even addressed by name. People mostly called him things like boy, punk, brat, or hey you, but now he had a title, Sleeper Sunless. That's a tongue twister, Sleeper Sunless. Get it? For abbreviation, SS. He's an unintentional simp. He's not even trying, man. He's forced to. Oh, that's so funny. Actually, the correct term was dreamer, but humans had their own set of words for those infected by the nightmare spell. Carriers who had just finished their first nightmare were called sleepers because of how they interacted with the spell. Basically, once his spirit entered the spell, his body was going to fall into slumber. The slumber would continue for days, weeks, or even months, however long it takes him to escape with the dream realm, hence the term sleeper. Once he escapes and becomes an awakened, he would live normally during the days and return to the dream realm every time he falls asleep. Then the awakened were called the same by the spell in the humans. The world was also something used by a general term for all carriers. The one on screen chat is frozen. Let me fix that. It's frozen? Oh, I think it froze because chat crashed earlier and because I refreshed it. I have to pop it out again. Give me a sec. Good catch. Let me refresh it. Refresh. Thank God Sunny's not in the Lord of Mysteries universe. Oh, he would have been so dead. He would have been so fucking dead if he had that fucking flaw. I'm about to cut the grass now. It's okay. We'll see you in a bit. We'll see you in a bit, buddy. We'll see you in a bit, Lee. All right. Actually, the correct term was dreamer, but humans had their own set of words for those infected by nightmare spell. I think I skipped something, so I do apologize. Carriers who had just finished their first nightmare were called sleepers because of how they interacted with spells. Basically, once his spirit enters the spell, his body was going to fall into slumber. That slumber would continue for days, weeks, or even months, however long it takes him to escape with the dream realm. Wait, people can be stuck in it for months? Hence the term sleeper. Once he escapes and becomes an awakened, he would live his life normally during the day and return to the dream realm. Every time he falls asleep, the awakened were called the same by the spell in the humans. That word was also something used as a general term for all carriers. Then, if he were to decide to enter a second nightmare and manage to survive... Wait, he can decide to enter now? Wait, I don't get it. So I thought when you just fall asleep, you go into the nightmare rather, like, no matter what. But he can choose if he were to decide to. But then it talks about how, like, there's like these shared nightmares. If he were to decide to enter a second nightmare and manage to survive, he would have become an ascended. People call them masters. Masters could enter and exit the dream realm as they wish. Some even chose the nerve to come back there at all. More than that, they traveled between the worlds physically and they traveled between the worlds. Oh my god, I cannot read. They traveled between the worlds physically, not just in spirit. I think I need more coffee. And then above the masters, there were saints. Those who were conquered the third nightmare earned the right to call themselves transcendent. They were as powerful as demigods, and even more rare. No, not only could they travel between the real world and the dream world, but they could also take others with them. But coming back to Master, the beautiful woman stood up and approached a reinforced medical bed. With the practiced move, she began to undo the restraints, holding Sunny in place. I am an ascended Jet. You can call me Master Jet. These past 3 days, I was on watch duty due to your nightmare. Right? Oh yeah, because if you die in your nightmare, you leave like a void. Read this. Okay, so I remember that because if you die in the real world, you leave like a void, and then they come to the real world, like the nightmare. So like that tyrant would have come to the real world. To simplify, we just have the world which they live in, the nightmare realm. Let me read this one more time. To simplify, we have the world which they live in, the nightmare realm they travel to and have nightmare challenges. To advance ranks, the first nightmare allowed access to his aspects. Got it. See you later. I'll see you in a bit. What Soulforge about? We haven't read it yet. But it's the new beginning after the end series. I am an ascended Jet. Right before I fell asleep, the policeman told me that an awakening would arrive in a few hours to monitor my condition, to kill the nightmare creature if I die and let it through. Said he was unwilling to open his mouth, terrified that all sorts of truths would come spilling out. But there were things he simply had to know. Master Jet, I have a question. Go on. Why would a master be put on watch duty? Isn't it below your pay grade? Jet gave him a dark look. You're smarter than you seem. Recently, there was a lot of gates opening in this sector. Oh, so it's like solo leveling where they open gates. Most of the local awakened are either wounded or occupied with the cleanup, or dead. It always looks that close to the winter solstice. She opened the final restraint and took a step back. Plus, there's not a lot of awakened who, like me, directly work for the government. It's by far the least lucrative or glorious career one of us can choose. Would you abandon wealth and fame to work abysmal hours and risk your life, fueled only by ultra? I thought it said adulterism. Only fueled by altruism and sense of duty. Sunny wanted to say something flattering. Instead, he looked at Master Jet right in the eyes. Of course not. I'm not an idiot. Damn this flaw. she's like, what the fuck? Then why am I working here? She stared at him with a humorless expression. Sunny thought that she was going to slap him again, but instead, Jet smiled. See, I was right. You really are smart. That's pretty cool. I do like. You know what? I'm liking Jet. If we're going to say our real name to somebody, I'd say it to Jet already. I trust her 1,000%. You guys say I'm too gullible, I'm too sincere. I trust her with all my heart already. On God. Easy. Jet's art on Discord? Say no more. Quickly, let me open this up. Give me a second. Let's look at this bad boy. It's on artwork, right? All right, let me go on artwork. Okay. Artwork. I need to go to 24 hours. Oh, that's so weird. Give me a sec. Chat is not working. Why is it not available? Give me a sec. Oh man, internet's really bad today. Why is that like a Streamlab thing? If it's... When did I put a Streamlabs chat? I thought I did the YouTube pop-up. Oh, there it is. That's weird. Here's my imagination. All right, here we go. You guys ready? I'm ready. Let's unhide this. You need to note Jet. She's one of the 6 main characters of the NC cohorts. I'm down. All right, so she's going to be an MC. All right. So she's going to be an MC. Wait. I need to fix this. I put the thing a little too transparent. Let me fix the transparency. Give me a sec. There you go. All right. So this is mommy art. Ah, I see it. The blue. Wow. She is beautiful. Wow. This is her? Oh. Wow. Damn. What the fuck is this? Damn. Okay. Okay. I'm down. Higher quality. Oh, hell. Oh, my God. This is going to be my new wallpaper. Oh, that's going in the wallpapers. Wow. Okay, that's going in the wallpapers. Definitely going in the wallpapers. Hold up. Let me save this already. Give me a sec. I'm adding this to the wallpapers. Literally already. It's going into the artwork folder. Oh, that's badass. Damn, that is sick. All right, well, I think we just found our thumbnail. All right. Different character? No? Oh, wait. Shit. This is a different character? Wait. Okay, confirmation. It's Jet, not Neff. Easy's monkey brain has short-circuited. No. Wait, so this isn't Jet? Well, yeah, wait, no, her hair isn't white. You guys, yeah, wait. I thought she had white hair. No, this is her. Wait, who am I to tell you it is her or not? But she's definitely... No, that's Jet. Okay, she's definitely a baddie. All right, I'm down. I'll fucking read all of it right now. We're going to catch up today. You guys should have just told me there was a baddie day one, bro. You guys should have told me there's a baddie named Jet day one. I would have been reading this every day. All right, let's keep reading, dude. Next chapter, brothers and sisters. Bro, that's Sunny. Imagine. What are you guys on about? All right, let's keep reading, dude. Let's go back to full cam. Oh, I actually don't have that one on my thing. I just realized that. I actually don't have this scene because I have a miniature. I don't have a big stream deck. I have a small one, so I don't have enough space for everything. Unless I know what to do. I should move my recordings to a second tab. I just gotta do that. I figured it out. I just need to put recording on a second tab, and then I can add that scene, and I can change to it. And then I can just swipe. Okay, I'm figuring out Stream Deck a little bit better. I'm trying to figure out how to like optimize it without having to like move around too much. All right, next chapter. We are on chapter 18. The goal was to get to chapter 20 for next stream. So I think I'm only gonna read 18 and 19. Ain't no way he's still at chapter 7. No, we were just looking at artwork. No, we're at 18. Sorry, no, we were just looking at artwork for Jet. I think the goal is to read 18, 19. And then I'm gonna read Soulforged. What about the monitor on your bed? I need another monitor. I want a third monitor just for chat. That'd be good. And also, I got my gooseneck, so that should be coming in soon. And I can stop using random shit to kind of pluck it up. So I think we'll be good. All right, next chapter, 18. Give me a sec. I got to open this. All right, chapter 18 is called Absence of Light. All right, this sounds hype. Sunny was enjoying a hot shower. After this short conversation, Master Jet sent him to clean himself up, saying that he reeked of nightmare. Reeked of nightmare? So people that gotten out of a nightmare have like a scent? Didn't you start when you were at the volume surveillance left mouth SSS fan starving? I know. I underestimated how hard it would be to be consistent with long series. Put the mic on your shoulder like a parrot? No, we're waiting for the gooseneck to come in the mail today. The unnatural slumber of the spell would slow down the body's metabolism and the... Really? And the medical apertures he had been strapped into was supposed to take care of the rest, but he was still asleep for 3 whole days. Even if only psychological, the scent of bloodshed and despair lingered around him. And I'm in heaven, Sunny thought, willing himself to temporarily forget about the looming disaster of the flaw. He was alone in the police station showers, relaxing under the streams of the hot water. After a bit of time he'd passed, Sunny reluctantly turned the tap off and walked over to the tar rack. Coincidentally, he saw himself reflecting in the mirror. The changes in his physique were subtle but noticeable. Oh, so you actually get physical changes. And I assume that's why Jet looked like she had like freaking bird feathers on her at one point. Okay. His pale skin seemed a little healthier. His muscles a bit more pronounced. He looked slender and lean instead of immaculated and frail. And as he did before, there was a slight luster to his dark hair and he shined to himself. However, he was still rather diminutive. Not exactly a picture of a masculine handsomeness, to say the least. Flower boy, huh? Sunny thought, full of bitterness. Then he suddenly froze, noticing something strange as he was looking at himself in the mirror. The reflection of his shadow seemed to move. It was as though the shadow lowered its head to quietly facepalm. What the fuck? So wait, it moves independently of him? So he doesn't actually control it. It just does it independently. Sunny quickly turned around, piercing his shadow with a nervous look. However, everything seemed normal. The shadow was doing exactly what it was supposed to do, repeating his every motions. I clearly saw you move, he said, feeling a bit strange. You just have moved on your own, right? Sunny glared at the shadow, which obediently glared back. Did you move or not? The shadow enthusiastically shook its head. What the fuck? What do you mean, no? You just moved your head. Do you think I'm no fool? The shadow seemed to think for a bit and then shrugged. Sunny was left with his mouth agape. Your shadow is more independent than most. It is an invaluable helper, he muttered finally. That is so cool. Now, I wonder if it can, like, interact. Right, this was how the spell had described his aspect ability, but what exactly could his shadow do? He decided to experiment a little. Tell me, what can you do? The shadow was silent and motionless. Right, it doesn't have vocal cords. As yet. Right, as though they made any sense. Shadows were not supposed to have muscles either, and yet it knew how to move. Show me. No reaction. It seems the shadow was content pretending to be an ordinary, lifeless blob of darkness. Sunny nodded. I'm doing this wrong. Independent or not, the shadow was still part of him. It was a manifestation of his aspect ability. So instead of asking the shadow, he really should have been asking himself, not going to talk, are you? Sunny closed his eyes and directed his that's pretty smart. He directed his perception within, exploring himself for the first time since returning to the real world. He felt the beating of his heart, the steady rising of his chest, the slight chill of the shower room. His heart dropped off the water falling of the tilted floor, felt the movement of filtered air against his skin, and there on the verge of his consciousness, something new, a completely new sense. Sunny concentrated on it, and suddenly a whole other world opened to him. It was hard to describe with words, just like one would have the trouble explaining how hearing or touch feels. It was as though he could communicate with the vast forms that crowded around him and received an understanding of both their own shape and their surrounding space, guided by different degrees of pressure that exerted on his mind and each other. The understanding came naturally and instantaneously, like an instant. These forms were shadows, so is more than one shadows? People have eaten by nightmare at age 16 or 18. So there's more than one shadow. These forms were shadows, and among them, one, not the largest one, but the deepest, didn't feel an external entity. It was like a part of his soul. Once Sunny grasped the feeling, he could sense the shadow just like he sensed his limbs. The only thing was that his limbs were made out of flesh and the shadows were made from the absence of light. Sunny opened his eyes and looked at the shadow. Then, with a thought, he willed it to raise an arm. The shadow raised an arm. He willed it to sit, turned around, kick, then he will change its shape, turning into a circle, then a line, then a monster, and finally back to his silhouette. The shadow was I can't read this word. Mercurial? The shadow was mercurial and fluid, like water. The only constant was its size. How about that? The shadow pouted, then reluctantly raised its thumbs. But how are you useful? How will the shadow to strike the towel racket? He willed the shadow to strike the towel racket. Wait, can the shadow actually affect the real world? It immediately moved and delivered a powerful kick. Of course, since it was just a shadow, its legs passed over the towers harmlessly, not even causing them to sway a little. Is that all you can do? In his mind, the image of shadows, tentacles tearing the mighty tyrant in. I feel like eventually it'd be able to manifest into the real world. Don't mention characters that haven't appeared yet. No, that's right. I won't read it just in case. But I think it'll be fine. I think I won't be able to memorize too much yet. Just since, like, I am trying to keep it chill and read through, I don't think I'll be able to get spoiled, even if you mention the name. I think it'll be cool. Maybe. We'll find out. In his mind, the image of shadow tentacles tearing the mighty tyrant into little pieces, cracked and shattered mercilessly. It seemed he would not be competing with the shadow god anytime soon. Yet. How regretful. The shadow looked at him with disdain, then it shrugged and stopped moving altogether, clearly offended. He's mad. Sunny sighed and took a towel off the rack. All right, I'll explore it later. I do like how it's actually independent of him. Rather than like how Klein controls the world, like it's like, no, this thing actually works independently of him. A few minutes after that, he was wearing a clean police-issued tracksuit and heading for the cafeteria. Master Jet was waiting for him at one of the coffee tables with the 2 trays full of steamed synthetic food in front of her. Help yourself. Sunny glanced at the cheap gruel, which was not so different from the stuff used to consume in the outskirts inside. Somewhere he had expected his first meal after becoming a sleeper to move lavish. Still, it was food. He sat down and began to wolf down the gruel, the gruel. Wouldn't it be the grub? The gruel ravenously. He was very, very hungry. In the process, his thoughts began to wander. Suddenly, slowly glanced at the jet and wondered. The spell told him to find a master, and the next thing he knew, there was a woman calling herself master right in front of him. He tried to imagine being an obedient slave to someone like her. Weird thoughts started to appear in his mind. You know what, Sunny? He thought with a dark irony. Knowing your luck, this would be a perfect moment for her to ask. What are you thinking about? Sunny, oh shit, we're fucked. He's gonna say it. Sunny choked on the gruel. He felt his stomach began to open and put all his will into staying silent. A second passed without him saying to anything. Then a weird pressure appeared in his mind, which soon turned into a blinding pain. He endured it for a couple more seconds before giving up. I was thinking that it would be a perfect moment for you to ask him about what I am thinking. I was thinking that it would be a perfect moment for you to ask me about what I am thinking, he finally said. Jet gave him a weird look. All right, are you almost finished with your food? Sunny nodded. Then I'll begin. As per protocol, I am obligated to inform you of a few things. It is mostly a formality. First of all, concerning your nightmare. She glanced at him and sighed. You are entitled to receive free psychological counseling no matter what traumatic experiences you have encountered. There is no shame in asking for help. Your mind is as important as your body. It's only right to keep it healthy. Are you interested? Sunny shook his head, and just as he shrugged to continue. As you wish, you can talk to me. Was it very hard? How could he answer? It was simultaneously much worse than I expected and exactly as bad as I expected. She nodded, satisfied with the explanation. That's a good attitude. I won't pry any further. Us outskirt rats are way more resilient than people think. Outskirt rats? Sunny looked at her in surprise. Master Jet, you grew up in the outskirts? She grinned. What? You can't tell because of my exquisite manners and polished exterior? He blinked a couple of times, surprised. I couldn't tell at all. He's too honest. You know what? I think she's gonna like Sunny just because of how honest he is. Was about to start rage baiting him, but my brain hurts, so I'll just keep eating breakfast. That's okay, Unhinged. After thinking for a while, he added, are there a lot of people like us among the awakened? Jet smile disappeared. No, there's not. In fact, they can be counted on one hand. As expected, odds... Really? Odds were really stacked against people like them. They made 3 stars on Jet's insignia even more exceptional. One day, I'll be a master too. If she can do it, why can't I? Soon, what happens now? What else are you obligated to tell me? Sunny had no idea what he was supposed to do after leaving the police station. The winter solstice was just several weeks away. Just leaned back and answered, that's basically it. There are some additional hoops to jump through, mostly having to do with your family. But, well, I've read your file, so I know it doesn't apply. The only thing left is to decide how you will be preparing for your first journey into the dream realm. Oh. She looked at her communicator and grimaced. I must say, your luck is exceptionally bad. There's not a lot of time at all. First of all, you are free to do what you want. No one is forcing you to make a certain decision. That is to say, you can choose to prepare on your own or not to prepare at all. Party until the lights go out. Sunny was not very well versed in partying. However, I would advise against that. As a sleeper, you are also entitled to enroll in the Awakened Academy. You'll be provided with food and lodge. Wait, so we're going to have like an academy arc. You'll be provided with food and lodging and a wide choice of preparatory classes. This late in the year, you won't be able to learn a lot, but it's better than nothing. She was silent for a few seconds and then added, more importantly, you will get acquainted with most of the people who will enter the dream realm with you. Some of them might become your companions for life, and some might end up trying to end that life once we're inside the spell. Sunny added, reading between the lines of what Master Jet had said. So, what do you say? Do you want me to take you to the academy? Sunny thought about it. Strangely, his flaws was silent, not forcing him to answer on its own. It is because I haven't made up my mind yet. Finally, he looked down at his empty tray mid-decision. Free lodging and food, you say? Yeah, I would go to the academy. Oh, that's pretty good. Awesome. Right now I'm just reading the manhwa, Merkel. Yeah, right now I'm just reading the manhwa for it. Just since it's a little bit quicker to read, and like since I've been so slow on reading Shadow Slave, yeah, I'm kind of just doing that right now. But chapter 19, this is gonna be our last Shadow Slave chapter before we try out Soul Forged. Chapter 19 is called Crossing the Bridge. Sunny was standing in front of the massive, seemingly indescribable red gates of the Awakening Academy. The academy was, in fact, a city within the city. It was built like fortresses with a high wall made of what? Made of hard alloy, deep moat, and numerous large caliber turrets, which were placed in certain positions to create a deadly air suppression dome. No nightmare creature, not even colossal titans, were supposed to be able to break through its defenses yet. There's an academy arc. I'm excited to read an academy. Or, I mean, we are going to the academy already. Okay. It was a legendary place. Actually, many of the most popular webtoons, youth dramas, and novels took place right behind that wall. What the fuck? Adventurers, rivalries, and romantic entanglements of the young awakened heroes were the mainstream theme of modern entertainment. Never in his wildest dreams did Sunny imagine actually becoming one of these heroes. Of course, how things really were different a lot was how it was portrayed in the media. More than that, he only had 4 weeks to spend here before venturing into the dream realm. Even if he wanted to, there was not enough time for any type of entanglement, and he definitely did not want to. He had to learn how to survive, not waste time on such nonsense. The snow was slowly falling to the ground. It was cold and silent in front of the academy gates. Except for Sunny, there was only one person, another sleeper in if he had to guess. It was a tall, slender girl around his age with clear gray eyes and a detached look on her face. She had a strange silver white hair that was cut short and neatly parted to the side. Just like him, she was dressed in a police-issued tracksuit and had no personal belongings with her. On her head, there was a pair of old-fashioned headphones. She was calmly listening to music while they waited. There was a certain vibe of the silver-haired girl. It was a sort of as though she was apart from the world. She looked confident and her self-sufficient, but also a bit lonely. Sunny wasn't going to start a conversation. Who knew what kind of situation he would put himself in due to that damn flaw? It was better to keep to himself. He glanced at the girl and sighed. I wonder what flaw does she have? Finally, the gates began to open. The giant, ridiculously thick sheet of reinforced metal sheet slowly descended, creating a long bridge. Sunny looked ahead with a grin of determination. Master Jet parted the words echoed in his mind. On their drive to the academy, Sunny didn't speak much. Looking at the sights of the city, there were flying past the windows of Jet's personal transport vehicle. Actually, it was his first time sitting in a PTV. Most people in the city couldn't even dream about getting a license or purchasing a vehicle like that, having to do with public transportations. Now I feel like you guys can't even hear the music. Oh, wow. He had ridden in the back of the police cruiser once or twice, but that was a completely different experience. At some point, I wonder what's the backstory behind that. At some point, Master Jet looked at him and said, since we both come from the outskirts, I'll give you 3 pieces of advice. Whether you listen to me or not is your business. Sunny turned his head, waiting. First, once you're registered in the academy, they'll offer you psychological counseling again. There will also be a valuable reward for you sharing your experiences of nightmare and the details of your appraisal. You'll be able to receive a soul shard, maybe even several of them. He frowned. Are you trying to convince me to visit a psychiatrist again? Jet shook his head. No, I'm telling you to refuse. Surprised, Sunny raised his head. Why? There was a pause. Oh, he raised his eyebrows. Why did I say heads? Why? There was a pause before she answered. You're too green to understand, but out there in the dream realm, nightmare creatures are not the only danger. Once you grow powerful enough, humans will become an equal threat. The less they know about your aspect, the better. So that's how it is. The easiest way to defeat a powerful awakened is to use their flaw. That's why young fools in the academy are encouraged in various ways to share the details of their aspects. I'm not saying that the government will leak your information, but once 2 people know a secret, it's no longer secret. Well, if she's the only one that knows, then I think we're good. And there's a lot of people working for that government. That made a lot of sense. Thank you, Master Jet. She gave a nod. Second, there will be a lot of courses to choose from. All types of combat training, deep dives into nightmare creature categories and vulnerabilities, basics or various types, sorcery, artifact study, and so on. Sunny gulped. Actually, he was already agonizing about what weapon to train for. I wonder what he's going to be. A sphere? A lance? His character? I feel like his character is like a lance or daggers. I don't know, man. I think sword would be too no. I feel like it has to be like a daggers or like a lance. Sunny gulped. Actually, he was already agonizing about what weapon to train with. 4 weeks was not enough to master a weapon, but at least he'd have a basic understanding of things. Disregarded all of that. That's the only course you have time to attend, and is what wilderness survival. He blinked. What? Jet glanced at him. It's different for city kids who learn all sorts of useful things in schools from their tutors, but we don't have that advantage, do we? What was the biggest threat to your life during the nightmare? Sunny thought about it. On the surface, the most dangerous thing he faced was the tyrant followed by a hero, Aro of the Nine, but actually what almost killed him in the end, the cold. Jet smiled. Smart, you only know how to survive in the city, but the dream realm is mostly made of wilderness. Do you not know how to make a fire? How to produce wood? How to produce food? How to find safe shelter? No, fighting monsters is important, but it'll be useless if you die of hunger. Exposure to the elements, trust me, I've learned it the hard way. Sunny nodded, angry at himself. It was obvious that he never even thought about these seemingly simple things. He was blinded by his past habits and experiences. Human brains were like that, once accustomed to a certain way of living. It was hard to see past the already familiar routine. It was lazy thinking at its worst, and at this point, the Master Jet had stopped the PTV and opened the door. Sunny followed her and was momentarily stunned, staring at the colossal metal gates in front of him. This was the famous Awakened Academy. Okay, so now, I'm sorry, I need to look up the Awakened Academy. I need to look that up. That looks pretty cool. Well, it sounds cool. After a few seconds, he shook off his amazement and turned to his senior. This is as far as I go, she said, looking cheerfully at the walls of the academy. I've already notified them. Someone will come fetch you in a while. Remember, no one can survive in the dream realm alone. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Try to get along with your peers, even if they don't treat you well. It might save your life. And then she suddenly smiled and patted him on the shoulder. You've done well to survive until now. Make sure to keep yourself alive in the future too. Then she got back into her PTV and drove off. Just like that, she was gone. The end of the metal bridge hit the special grooves in the ground and stopped moving. After a set of loud clicks, Sunny looked ahead, wondering what kind of life he was going to live in the next 4 weeks. Keep your flaws and aspect secrets. Learn to survive. With his flaw, I don't think he's gonna be able to, dude. Keep your flaw and aspect secret. Learn to survive in the wilderness. Be nice and other sleepers. It didn't sound too hard, but for some reason he was sure that these weeks were going to be as challenging as his first encounter, or maybe even worse. Seemingly free of such concerns, the silver-haired girl walked forward and stepped on the bridge. Sunny sighed and reluctantly followed. All right, that's it. We're gonna save chapter 20 for next time. But let me just update this quickly, just so I know where we're at. So I'm going to just update this so I have it ready for next time. I'm pretty sure that RI's manhwa is as bad as the old Elutia manhwa. I suggest holding off on the RI until your schedule clears. Well, I mean, no, I'm reading the remake. I'm reading the remake of the manual. But regardless, do what you want. No, I'm just happy you're into web novels now. I like it, dude. No, it's I'm reading the remake of the manhwa. But yeah, it's like the only reason I'm reading the remake of the manhwa, it's because it's current. It's every 2 weeks, and because Lord of the Mysteries just takes so much time reading, it's like I fall behind on all these other things that I want to try and like kind of dip my toes into, but I just timing wise, I don't have more time, so it's kind of hard to space everything out. So it's like, and on top of that, I'm sorry, it's been like 3 to 4 months and we barely hit chapter 20. I do sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart. I am trying to do this stuff weekly, but the thing is, I think once I'm done with Lord of the Mysteries, we'll be a lot more consistent. Hopefully, knock on wood, yes. And like progress wise, we are 70+% done with Lord of the Mysteries. Like we're so close to the finish line. And I know there's COI, which is another 1,000 chapters, but we are gonna take like a slight break. We are gonna take a slight break before we get into that. So we should have more time for this and other stuff. But if you like what you see and you want to see more, hopefully soon, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys all, hopefully, most likely, very, very soon. And by that, I mean next week. Maybe next Sunday. I think I can do it Sundays. So peace. Have a beautiful day. Oh, wait, actually, no, I lied. Let me look up the Awakened Academy. Hold up. Shadow Slave Awakened Academy. Let me see if there's any artwork. I feel like there should be. I'm trying to be very careful. Oh, this looks cool. That's it. Okay, it's a cool building. Awesome. All right, like that's it. And I close very quickly. All right. Peace. Have a beautiful day. And I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Hopefully not soon, and I'm on terms. No, hopefully not that soon. No. Hopefully not as soon until his next reveal. It should be quicker. All right, peace, and have a beautiful, loving day. Later, guys. Look at that. Look at that. We finished that shit so quickly. Bam. And then let me drag this back up here. Give me a sec.
Welcome to tonight's episode of Age of Umbra.
Not that one. Upload complete. Oh my god. Okay, let me close this. I think my upload for Lord of the Mysteries just ended. Our last read through. Let me double check before I close it. Yeah, it's processing. Okay, so it uploaded. That's good. That's really, really good. This uploaded. We're good. We're ready. Okay, awesome. This is uploaded. That's good. This one is ready. And now I can close this. And now we're going to be reading Soulforged. All right, let me get this ready. Give me a sec. Soulforged, I got it right here. All right, before we start, let me just grab something. Give me a sec. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Taking my coffee outside since I'm already done. My funny bone. And now, Soul Forged. I'm really fucking excited to read this one just because I love beginning after the end so much, man. I'm so fucking pumped, dude. Oh, I'm so fucking ready. Ah, shit. All right. Let's get this ready. So that video uploaded. So I'm gonna take this bitch out of here. Drag this right here. All right, close that. Okay, the Lord of the Mysteries video is uploading. The one that I read on Friday. I can't believe I never uploaded it. I completely forgot to upload it. So I'm gonna upload that. I'll make it public first, and then I'm gonna space out these uploads by 6 hours. So when I make Lord of the Mysteries public, Shadow Slave, no, Reverend Insanity will be public 6 hours after. Shadow Slave 6 hours after. Soul Forged, no. Let me do Soul Forged first because it's newer. It's a new series. Okay. I'll probably, we'll see. I'll see how I release them. But the plan is to release them like 4 to 6 hours apart. That way everything's kind of uploaded within the day or two, but then they're kind of spaced out. So that way the videos aren't like kind of biting at each other. All right. But I'm excited. Let's turn this off. I'm going to keep this up here. Oh, this is going to be fun. Do this. Oh, it's going to be good. Wait, give me a sec. Let me just get the picture for Soul Forged. Give me a sec. Let me just get the picture. Give me a sec. Let me just save this picture. Give me a sec. I need to add this image. Image. Soul Forged. Okay. Then just drag it down here. Oh, I think that fits good right there. Or maybe right there. Maybe put it right here outside. Let's put it outside. I'll put it right here outside. Hey, I'll just leave it right here. I think I'll leave it right here. I think that's good right there. No, wait. I can put it right here. I like it. I do like how Shadow Slave just goes straight into the action. I do like that. I do like that. I do like that a lot. All right, I got the picture. Music. I don't know what a gauge for music here. I think I'm gonna just fucking play. I think I'm gonna just play music from Expedition. All right. All right, all right, all right. Today, on this beautiful, glorious day, we're starting a new series by Turtle Me, the one and only creator behind the beginning after the end. For those of you guys that don't know, before YouTube, I was reading literally beginning after the end. Well, when it was weekly, I think it was like every Fridays, right? Or it was like 3 Fridays a month. I was reading that, dude, like my life depended on it. I first got into Solo Leveling, and then right after I caught up with Solo Leveling, I got into Beginning After the End, and that's all I read. Those were the only 2 manhwas I ever read. I know technically Beginning After the End wouldn't be a manhwa since it's by an American Canadian guy. I forget if he's from America or from Canada, but it's technically it is, but it isn't. Like I've seen that debate online. Point is, those were the first things I read. I actually don't know the ending of Beginning After the End because I know it ended. I tried reading a little bit of the book, right, the web novel, but it's like I kind of like just reading the manhwa, so I kind of stuck with that. But I know it's over, and I know that's why he's releasing this new series. So only the first 7 chapters are up on Patreon, I believe. I believe that's how it is right now. And then once November comes around, then the official release is out. And then I believe it'll be at whatever his new schedule is going to be at. I can't go past the title of Soul Forged. It feels like it's a royal road. It feels like a road lit RPG story. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what it's about. But yeah, dude, D. I'm excited to see what this series is about. I like the story of King Gray and Arthur, right? And I love the fucking power system. I love how this dude was able to like fucking dual wield all these elements. He had control over everything. And I'm so excited. So you don't even get to the good part of Tibet. What do you mean? Everything in all the seasons were good from season 1 to 6. Season 1 was goated the early years. Season 2 was goated on his adventure arc as freaking Note. 3 was amazing, or what was it? I forget what happened first. I think the Academy arc was 5. Bro, Turtle Meat, please cook. Bro, you know he's cooked. You know he's not cooked. You know he's going to cook. It's gonna be good, and I think it's even more exciting that I finally get to read something from the beginning, because I got into this like way too late, man. But it's like now I can finally read one of his works from the beginning, so I'm excited. I also really like the artwork. I'm excited. The good volumes hasn't even made it to the mono yet, bro, and I love it, bro. The Academy arc, bro, was crazy, dude. I love it, bro. I love the adventure arc. Oh my god, when he's like being a fucking adventurer and he's with the guild, I love it, dude. I love it. And now we get to read this. TB gets so much better. I'm excited, dude. You guys, wait, hold on. You guys are getting me excited for debate. I'm over here trying to read Soul Forged. All right, I'm excited for both now. Soul Forged. All right, chapter 1. You have not won this debate, dude. I might actually just start reading it from where freaking season 6 left off, because I need to know what happens, man. Chapter 1, Soul Forged. Here we go. You know what? I think I'm gonna do timestamps. Nah, I don't need to do timestamps because I have the thing up there. It's good. It's good. Ah, fuck it. I'll do timestamps. Ah, fuck it. I'll do timestamps. I'm excited because I really did like oh no, did I erase my notes? I think what I might do, I might go back and start taking notes for Shadow Slave. Get the audiobooks. No, I'm kind of down to read it on stream now. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I was like, might as well read what I can on stream. But then I don't get to read. Like knowing my schedule, I won't be able to read just that much, but I can still kind of like dip my toes into it. All right, let's do. We did our awesome intro, right? And now we are 2 minutes. Oh, no, just 3 minutes. Chapter 1. I haven't read Debate yet. Maybe I need it in the future. You should read. I like the manhwa. The manhwa is a really good way to at least read it. At least from my opinion, because that's how I started it. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 chapters. All right. Chapter 1, Soul Forged. All right, I slipped my fingers slowly along the indent of the blade's fuller, testing the balance. As a ray of golden light fell on the weapon, my eyes narrowed. The blade's ivory hue told me that it was made with compressed para beast bone, and its hefty weight indicated that the forger had used a steel base. The Brita bones were unmarred by combat, not formed from disuse, but because its wielder had reinforced it with their raiden. I tilted the hybrid sword and adjusted the magnification of the Google lens. Oh, I thought it said Google. The goggle lens. Got it. Searching for any lingering imperfections, sure enough, a cluster of black blood had fused to its underside. Damn it, I muttered, pulling the goggles down around my neck. I see the weapon in the flat boulder I chosen for my makeshift workstation in the damp, forsaken cave, and reached for my kit, nerves firing. So he's like a forger. I cast a sidelong glance at my crossbow, nesting against the condensation slick wall where it had been the last 5 times I looked. A small pile of bolts lay arranged. Wait, so this is really different from Arthur already. A small pile of boats lay arranged around it. Good. Dozens of tempered glass jars clicked together as I cannot read. As I riffled through my bag, I found a mixture I need and unscrewed the lid. Ignoring the pungent stench spilling out, I held the ivory sword at an angle and poured the jar's mucus-like contents over the splotch of blood. A plum of yellow-green smoke spiraled up on contact, and I rummaged through my bag for one of the abrasive sponges I always kept on hand. When a bubble fizzled inside the stain, I got to work with the end of the blade held firmly under my tattered sneakers. I scrubbed the weapons as hard as I could. My personal solvent recipe broke down into hardened para-beast blood, enough so I was able to scrub it off without weakening the integrity of the bone sword underneath. Is the cover a bone sword? Is that what it is? Come on, I muttered through the clenched teeth, arms burgeoning from the effort to come on, you stupid. Finally, the last dried flakes peeled off. I ran my arm across my sweaty brow and allowed myself a satisfied grin. While I polished the blade with a soft cloth and some oil, I let my gaze wander in cavern. The rough green walls crawled with golden moss, highlighting the many ruts and outcroppings that pressed in all around me. The occasional flickering of any spotlights made unnerving the shadows darts surrounded in my peripheral vision. The presence of the Ardents in the cave should have put me at ease, but if anything, it did the opposite. Two men, their bodies outlined by thin, hazy, golden glow that hummed with life, start towards the pile of monster corpses that stretched out nearby. Each man held 3 reptilian parabeasts piled in their arms, yet they chattered in casual tones, as if they weren't both carrying over 600 pounds. Broad-shouldered, thick-muscled head, unfazed by the gore in its rifts, they looked like living statues of Greek gods. Only these gods had menial chores to complete before they could go home. I didn't have to look further than their scrawls to know exactly how much they enjoyed the tasks. My gaze fell back to the stained clothes in my hand, and I suddenly felt like a fool. I'd actually been proud of my little chemistry solution, even though the bigwigs and the light bridge towers had already refused to put it into production. After all, anything else would just reinforce themselves in the weapon with their golden raiden and scrape the blood off the usual brute strength. I clicked my tongue against the back of my teeth, trying to ignore the tightening in my chest by losing myself in the long, deliberate motions of the polished rag and the gloss it left behind. I turned out the gentle hume of the raiden powerful spotlight illuminating my makeshift workstation. I ignored the rumble of voices and the clatter of bone swords, and Ardents from the last raid tossed their busted weapons into the growing pile behind me, and I ignored the question that buried in my head every damn moment of my life. Why? Almost 2 decades ago. Wait, so this guy's over 20 years old? Okay. Yeah, we did RI. Yeah, I know. I went I went a lot earlier than usual today, username. Yeah, it was kind of last minute. I announced like an hour before. Yeah, I announced stream like an hour before. Yeah, because I was going to technically end stream. Fuck, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read all 7 chapters today. Holy shit. We're 7 minutes in, and we're really chapter 1. My goal was to finish streaming within the hour. No, my goal was to finish streaming in like 40 minutes, and then I was going to come back later for more ROV. Oh, man, I'll see. I think I might just read like a chapter or 2. Holy shit. I know. Don't worry, username. We got the video's already done. I'm gonna have it uploaded. I already have it up. I know. I'm so sorry you missed it. I was like, damn, I don't think username's gonna see my video. I don't think he's gonna get the stream notification. What's the MC's name? I don't think they haven't even said his name yet. That's the thing. Right now he has no name. Yeah, right now he has no name. But let me find my place as I answer that question. Gold raiden and the scrapes of the blood off the brute strength. Okay. I didn't have my gaze falling back, the same close in my hand like a fool. I actually didn't proud my chemistry solution. Brute strength. Above all, anything would reinforce themselves with weapons. Okay. I clicked my tongue against the back of my teeth, trying to ignore the tightening in my chest by losing myself in the long, deliberate motions of the polishing rag and the gloss it left behind. I turned out the gentle hum of the raiden power spotlight illuminating my makeshift workstation. I ignored the rumbling of voices and the clatter of bone swords of Ardents as the last raid tossed their busted weapons into the growing pile behind me, and ignored the question and burned in my head even every damn moment of my life. So he's like it looks like he's just the one that makes all the weapons for them. That's probably what it is, and they just got back from a raid. Almost 2 decades ago, when the jagged fissures tore across the sky and to bathe the entire globe in radiation, why hadn't I gained the ability to harness that energy like just about everyone else? Oh. Why, while the rest of humanity grew stronger and healthier, the better had I been left behind unaffected by the radiation. Squeezing my eyes shut, I forced a deep breath through my grinning teeth and then another. I was grateful to a bone forger, but I was grateful. So he's a bone forger. Ah, so all the weapons right here in the artwork are just stuff he makes on the bone forger. Got it. But every day was a reminder of what I wanted but would never attain. Even my damned moss could grow with raiden, but not me. I was 20 years old, but did you guys catch that? The fissure happened 20 years ago, and he's exactly 20 years ago. I wonder if there's a connection between the fissure rupturing and then his birth. Maybe. I was 20 years old, but without raiden reinforcing my body, even children and their sweet I think there's more behind that. I was 20 years old, but without raiding reinforcing my body, even children and their sweeter vest-wearing grandparents were stronger and in better shape than me. The dull ache in my shoulders dragged me out of my stupid self-pity, wiping my stained hands on my jeans. I stood up and stretched my back as I made my way to the pile of carbon fiber skateboards lying nearby. I sheathed the freshly polished hybrid sword and scanned the growing pile of bloody bone swords. It was going by a long day. Wow, I cannot read. It was going to be a long day. The sharp snap of a breaking bone drew my attention, and the two grumbling Ardents now crouched over to a now Villagicator corpse. What kind of corpse? Of a Veilgator corpse. Brows furred that ripped broken spheres out of the reptilian monster scale hides. Reptilian monsters in the stories, okay. Specks of black blood flew with each shank through the most of the serrated spearhead snapped out of the para-beast bodies, damn it. With a growing workload, more and more Ardents were being assigned to prepare the corpses of this section after each raid, and they all hated the chore, so of course they cut the corners and left a mess for us forgers and so you have raiders, forgers, and carvers. Okay. They cut corners and left a mess for us forgers and carvers every time without fail. I wanted to ignore them like I usually did. The hours of extra work and the ineptitude cause... The what? Oh my god, I cannot read today. The ineptitude causes wasn't any worse than actually trying to talk to the Ardents. So there's Ardents. But I also couldn't just let them damage the Veilgator corpses. The desiccated muscle fibers I could harvest from them were essential in crafting the Ardents' protective undershirts. Oh, so they craft armor out of it. The best we'd formed since the rifts first opened, there wasn't enough to go around as it was, even with a couple of meatheads running the half-corpses. Hey guys. I scrubbed my scroll into a polite smile, or at least a sham of one, and approached the Ardents. I know it's pain, but if you don't use the textbook's extraction method, it damages the pectorials and any muscle snood needed for. The Ardents' golden auras flickered with annoyance, but neither bothered to even look up. Instead, Matthew, the bigger of the two, made it point to a purposely snapped the shaft of spear. He spared an irritable glance over his shoulder. Sorry, did you say something, Red? Oh, his name is Red. Okay. Okay, so the MC is Red. My mouth twitched, my fake smile flattered, but I didn't let the jab get to me. Red. The socially accepted and just borderline HR appropriate term, unlike defect for radiation energy Oh, that's not his name. That's a term for defects. For radiation energy deficients. Oh, so Red for short. That was the official term coined for us fortunate few who survived without Raiden. Without Raiden, most people had either succumbed or adapted once the rift radiation spread across the globe. Oddities like me had done neither, living with bodies unchanged as the world went mad. I kept my shoulders straight. I said if those spheres aren't taken out properly, the forgers won't have enough materials to make more fiber shirts. Got it. I strolled into mine. Matthew slowly snapped off another shaft. The smart choice would have been to relent and let the two fighters, who were quite capable of ripping me in half, head to the primal urges. Unfortunately, my pride won out. Wow, so strong. I rolled my eyes and ignored the fact that my heart was attempting to punch its way out of my chest. Maybe you should do the next raid naked instead of decking yourself out in armor that us forgers make to protect your ungrateful asses. Okay, I like this guy already. This is a good MC. That's funny. Matthew kicked away the Veilgator corpse he was manhandling and cocked his head. I don't think I got any dirt in my ear. He wiggled a finger in his candle for show, but I must have heard you wrong. We lost an Ardent today, saving one of you useless forgers, and you're saying you protected us. The Ardent strode towards me, was malice in his eyes. You're all weak, but you, his finger jabbed my chest, staggering me. You're the worst of them, a pathetic Red who can't even protect himself. So, wow, this guy's fucked up. I hope Matthew dies already, dude. So you don't think for a goddamn second that you somehow protected us just because you scrubbed our swords? My lack of Raiden doesn't change the fact that meat fingered to the corpses will worsen the fiber vest shortage. Even as my common senses screamed at me to shut the hell up, I scoffed, is that clear enough for you, or do you want me to draw it out in crayon? Damn! Matthew first blurted on a haze of gold before I could even flinch away from deliberating blow. His buddy Arnold caught up at the elbow. Just leave it, man. It ain't worth it. So we got Matthew, Arnold, and Red. His nickname is Red. Just leave it, man. It ain't worth it. He grunted as Matthew tried to wrench his arm free. Unless you want to explain to Steve why his kid brother's brains are all over the... Brother? Matthew tried to wrench arms. Unless you want to explain to Sif... So Sif is an older brother of the MC. Unless you want to explain to Sif why his kid brother's brains are all over the wall. And that's why it's always boiled down to fear of Sif. It was never, hey, don't be an asshole. Torian's one... Oh, so the MC is Torin. Okay, it's Torin. So MC is Torin, he's red. Okay. Awesome. I lost my place. Hey, don't be an asshole. Torin's one of us because nothing I could do make up my lack of Raiden, not working on the aftermath of dozens of raids, not the books I'd filled with notes and extraction, forging, and cleaning the methods. To two people like these two, I would only ever be a burden. I rubbed my temple carefully not to touch my eyes in case I had any salt in my fingers. Look, just leave the veil gators. I can finish the cleanup. Okay, so this guy looks like a good guy. Matthew finally pulled 3 of Arnold's meaty arms. 3 of... Oh, I thought it said 3. The mouse was covering it. Turtle Me new novel? Yeah, it's good, dude. Matthew finally pulled free of Arnold's meaty arms. Yeah, you do that. I figured they've leave now that they've come out on top. Matthew and Arnold hovered as I went to work, biting back a frustrating sigh. I twisted the spear with careful pressure. A muscle in the beast's left arm spasmed and its claw finger curled. I flinched back and the two ardent chuckled. Next, burning, I tilted the spearhead 45 degrees, wiggling it slightly before giving it a sharp tug. It didn't come out. See? Arnold nugged Matthew, his tone placating. Oh, placating. You guys catch that reference? Did you guys catch the Lord of Mysteries words? Wow, we're barely halfway through the chapter. That's crazy. This is a big chapter. Big mouth, little arms. I frowned, ignoring them. When veil gators die, their scales harden in place while their outer muscle layers relax, which made them the easiest pair of beasts for carvers to dissect. Okay. It should have worked. Then again, I had been distracted. I frowned and braced my palm on the dead creature's chest to pull harder. The scaly torso expanded beneath my hand, taking a shaky breath. Oh shit. The Vegator's protruding eye snapped open and the dead parrot beast raised its head and snared down at me. Its stained yellow fangs practically glowing in the spots. A clump of protruded saliva plopped on my cheek. I yelped and fell hard on my ass, dropping into the backward shuffle of the dusty cavern floor. The creature rose and limped after me. Claws at length of my hand clicked on the stone. Blood tricked out from my wounds in its chest and legs, and the black lines of blood pulled into my eyes. I panicked, watching those dismembering claws and come closer. My wild eyes met Matthew's, then Arnold's, as I silently begged them for help, humbled in an instant by terror and choking off my air. I felt like a fawn frozen under the reflective eyes of its predator. I knew I need to run, but my head spun while imaging tinted in its own blood, and my shaking legs refused to hold my weight. Oh, shit. Bar rose up in the back of my throat. I hated the insurmountable weakness that had defined so much of my life, but it didn't offer one consultation prize. The Veil Gator probably wouldn't eat me after it killed me. Without Raiden, I'd be... Oh, shit. So they only eat people with Raiden. Without me, I'd be about... Without Raiden, I'd be about as appetizing as one of the cave rocks. What the fuck? Arnold reached for the bone sword sheathed at its side, but Matthew casually grabbed his friend's wrist. Arnold rolled his eyes, but reluctantly watched with a sour expression, one hand on his sword's... Are they just going to let him kill it? Well, are they just going to let it kill him? One hand of his sword's pommel. I opened my mouth to shout at them, but the parrot beast charged, and all I managed to do was whimper as I rolled sideways. Feeling the scales snag my shirt in passing, the grit on the floor bouncing for the thunderous footballs of the heavy, hobbling demon. One false move and it would crush my ribs beneath the trampling feet, whether it intended to or not. I spun, tracking its movement, and saw a creature's nostrils flare, sniffling down the unguarded tunnel not far from another ardent Nathan. Oblivious, he grumbled as he dropped a pile of monster corpses by the wall of the far end of the cave. What the fuck? They're just gonna let him die? Easy reading Soulforge? Dude, that's crazy. Now I don't have to worry about being spoiled because we gotta read something and we're all at the same place. The Veil Gator bolted for the exit. Its scales changed colors to blend in with the landscape, and I let out a sigh of relief, sagging on all fours. Nate hurled it back here, Matthew shouted. My head snapped out. Huh? The bearded Arden scowled with confusion, but was quick to draw his sword and smack the escaping parrot beast with the side of his blade. A harmless blow when he could, and should have killed it. What the hell are you doing? I shouted as he shammered back towards me, running blind and afraid I barely scrambled. Come on, Red, protect us. Matthew sneered at him. This fucking asshole, dude. Come on, Red, protect us. Matthew sneered at me, his excited, ruddy hue highlighting the thin scar beneath his eyes. Is just a one half-dead gator. Arnold conked the frantic beast's skull with his pommel when he approached. It shook its head and wiped it at Matthew. A golden radiant glimmer raced across his sword as he blocked his claws with a resounding clank. Matthew brought the illuminated blade around it in a flash, slicing the Veil Gator left foreleg cleanly off. With the agonized snare, the hopping parrot beast careened back through the circle where I've been trapped by the day's haul of these assholes who had clearly decided to remain a defect of his place. The wounded beast collapsed into the pile of the bone sword, sending them in spilling all over the cavern floor. Hey, shouldn't we just kill it? Nathan asked, an uncertain frown forming underneath his dirty beard. Nah, the big bad forgers got this, mocked Matthew. It's fucking asshole. I hope we kill Matthew in his sleep, dude. Fucking bitch. Nathan shrugged and stayed back. My head was a steam engine puffing out half clouds of anger fueled by the well-tended coal of shame that were always smoldering in my belly. With a smirk, Matthew kicked a particularly worn and bloodied blade towards me. Then that should help even the odds, he muttered, nudging Arnold with his forearm. A few Ardents were still going about their duties, dropping off more Veilgater corpses or depositing damaged weapons to the pile. Some stopped to watch. A couple shot disapproving looks at Matthew and Arnold, but they were quick to turn their backs and leave the cave. Not one of them intervened. Not one would choose the invisible line that separated me from them. Why stir up shit that Matthew and Arnold over a raidless bone forger? The Veilgaters hissed cocked into his blood-sprayed cough as it pushed itself into his 3 feet, frantic eyes scanning the edge of the circle for a way out. Neither it nor I had won, and it made the mistake of positioning myself with its one hope, that open tunnel at my back. I feel like it's going to lead to a dead end. That open tunnel at my back when I dodged it the last time. Wait, hold up. Let's play some fucking battle music. Right? Nah, too much? I know what to play. Let me play a battle track. Let's just loop this one. Let's just loop some battle music. Alright. So let me reread from right here. Just so we play battle music now, and I can adjust the music a little bit. Let me loop it. A few Ardents were still going about their duties, dropping off more Veilgater corpses or depositing damaged weapons to the pile. Some stopped to watch. A couple shot disapproving looks at Matthew and Arnold, but they were quick to turn their backs and leave the cave. Not one of them intervened. What the fuck? So I assume Matthew and Arnold are like the higher-ups among them. No one would cross the invisible line that separated me from them. Why stir up shit with Matthew and Arnold over a Raidenless bone forger? The Veilgater's hiss chalked into a blood-spraying cough as it pushed itself into the 3 feet, frantic eyes scanning the edge of the circle for a way out. Neither it nor I had won, and it made the mistake of positioning myself with one of its hopes, the open tunnel, and my back when I dodged it the last time. It whirled towards me, slipping into its own pooling blood, and I saw the slitted pupils of its bloodied eyes expand. Agonized, terrified, it wanted to bite and tear its way out, but I was weak like in his chain, always the weakest link. I ground my teeth and reached for the bone sword Matthew had kicked to me. I scrambled to my feet, a bestial groan of fear and fury bursting out of me as I reached for the bone sword Matthew had kicked to me. My jellied arms protested as its weight, but desperation and adrenaline surged through me, and I lifted it over my head. With a shout and roar, the beast and I ran forward as one, juking right. I brought the heavy bone sword down across the Veilgater's muzzle and rebounded off the thick hide. Oh, I can't even slice it. I'm raking my hand so badly that I lost my grip and the bone sword tumbled away. So he lost it. There was a chorus of disbelieving laughs from the audience, and they were just fucking watching, man. The Veilgater sneezed and opened its maw, and another reptilian hiss locked on me now. I scrambled towards my back, my stomach sinking. I tripped once again along the way, scuffling my knees against the rocky grounds in my desperate bid to find a suitable weapon. The crippling creature's claws and scraped behind me, drawing closer as I reached my kit. I shoved it aside and grabbed my crossbow. Laying on my back, I twisted around and aimed at the parrot beast as it pounced. I fired, and my bone bolt hit it square in the throat. Unlike the bone sword, the bolt drew a trickle of blood before snapping in half from the impact. The Veilgater flinched but crashed down on top of me, knocking the weapon from my hand before I could notch another bolt. Fuck, dude. I don't. How are we supposed to fight this? Don't challenge the trolls. My last chance of saving myself slid across the ground and clattered well out of reach. Fang stopped inches from my face as I pushed against the beast's neck. It protruded beneath. Its putrid breath strung my nose, and I gagged as black blood rolled over my fingers and down my arm. I'm sorry, is this gonna be something like out of Edge of Tomorrow? Or all you need is kill when you like consume the creature's blood and you like gain an ability. If it had wanted to eat me, all it had to do was take a bite. Instead, its nose flared as it sniffed at me, like it couldn't understand what I was or had never encountered a lack of Raiden in anything with its heartbeat. What's going on here? A familiar voice asked. Lungs strained to expand beneath the Veilgater. I cranked my neck around its foreleg and just barely made out a tall, blood ardent weaving his way through the gawkers. His green eyes swept the room, and one brow raised. It's the brother. and one brow raised when they landed on me. Coulter Valeria. The other Ardents respected him almost as much as they feared my brother. He was easily one of the most powerful soldiers here. Although he and Sif had never quite seen eye to eye, he was not meat-headed, and I could have cried with pure relief. Help, I choked out, arms shaking as I held back a fraction of the parabeast's weight. Its inky blood pulled into the creases of my elbows. Coulter, kill it. He watched the scene in silence, striking an indescribable look across the gathered Ardents. Really, since when have the defenders of humanity stopped to acting like middle school bullies? The parabeast snarl drew Coulter's gaze back at me. With a nonchalance I've never been able to understand, he grabbed the Veilgater by the back of its neck and pulled its jaws away from me, though its bulk still pinned my lower body. Didn't you apply to be a forger for the raid team? A few times, if I'm not mistaken. If you want that promotion, Torin, this is the perfect opportunity to test your resolve. What the fuck? So now he's like, you gotta go fight him? I looked up in dazed surprise, legs still crushed beneath the creature's scale body. You're really going to graduate from post-raid work? Coulter gestured as the agitated Veilgater lunged against his grip. Rawled by the raiden, then look deaf in the eye, prove to everyone, especially yourself, that you can keep a cool head even in the thick of it. The parabeast toothy maw snapped inches from my chin, but Coulter held fast, not breaking a sweat, and I curbed my instinctual flinching the urge to tuck into a ball. With the approved nod, Coulter unsheathed a dagger and pressed the cold hand into my left hand. It was well-forged, lightweight, which meant pure parabeast bone, no steel core. So it's pure parabeast bone. Oh, from the artwork, pure parabeast bone. No steel core. Coulter's powerful hands wrapped around my trembling fist, and with the startling precision, rammed the dagger between the two scales and up through the Veilgater's jaw. The bones of my hand throbbed and my shoulder popped with its socket from the sudden force, but the dagger pierced the small brain, shielded by its thick skull, with no help from Raiden and not even a chip of the blade. The Veilgater jerked, then sagged, going stiff and motionless. With an easy thug, we withheld the blade, and Coulter released me before letting the corpse, truly good and dead this time, fall to the ground at my side. The stench of its rusty blood and the aftershocks of nearly having my head bitten off were too much. I puked my last meal onto the ground. The nausea hit the back of my teeth, and it took what remaining willpower of the dignity I had left to avoid their hurling a second time. Damn, this is a long chapter. This is crazy. This is a meat. How did he write all this while writing beginning after the end? That is crazy, dude. And not only that, he released the first 7 chapters. I expected another chorus of laughter, but a dense silence has swelled all around to save the drip of mineral water of Stelcitis. I wiped the back of my head over my mouth and looked up. Coulter still knelt next to the Veilgater corpse, but every head, including his own, he turned to a newcomer at the mouth of the chamber. Sif's brows furrowed over a sharp eyes lit as with his usual intense focus. His emotionless gaze passed over me, lingering onto the thick coating of the black blood for only a moment, and it darkened when he landed on Coulter. Explained. Matthew and the rest of the Ardents took a wary step back. A couple whispered to each other, but the rest just stared, entrapped and breathless, including me, as just now the only person immune to Sif's frigid gaze. Oh, because he doesn't have any Raiden, he's immune to it. Yeah, these are long chapters. As just about the only person immune to Sif's frigid gaze, Coulter's indifferent shrug met my brother's formality with equal and opposite force. Torin just made his first rift kill. Sure, things got a little heated, but he was never in any real danger. Coulter extended his hand to me, then pulled to my feet. Right, Torin? Glancing from Coulter to Sif, I nodded. I'm fine. I don't need you to babysit me, Sif. Sif and Coulter wordily tested each other's limits. Sif looked away first, his dark eyes shifting to me. I balled my fists as I took in this expression, the tilted brows, the deadpan frown. It said everything I didn't want to hear, all with one fleeting moment of pity. I wrinkled my nose and glared at the ground, looking at anything but him. From the corners of my eyes, I noticed the Ardents around us slowly dispersing now that the show was over. Cleaning this up, Sif ordered. I didn't know who he was talking to, but it didn't matter. It'd be one who ended up doing it anyway. Sir, yes, sir, I said under my breath. Eyes deliberately fixed on the ground, I watched his shadow recede as a steady thump of footfalls faded into the cavern din. Come on, this is a lot of work left to do here, Coulter said, brushing some guts of my shirt. The pat on my back. You two, he pointed at Matthew and Arnold, who were halfway to the exit tunnel. I believe you were assigned to prepare this Veilgater corpse, or am I wrong? The two huge men stopped and turned to the toddlers like caught with hands in their cookie jar. If not for the shock, the sight might have made me grin from ear to ear. No, sir, Arnold said after a couple of seconds. Well then, get to it, Coulter ordered, and properly. I don't want a single fiber wasted. There's a shortage, you know. He looked down at me from the corner of his eyes and winked. What a good man. So he protected him. Is this? Yeah, it's Turtle Me's first chapter. All right, I like it. I didn't realize how long it was gonna be, dude. That's wild. I think I'm just gonna read one chapter. I'm gonna come back later today and read more OROV. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna come back later, read more OROV, and then I'll read Lord of the Mysteries. Search on Novel Fire. Yeah, no. Let me do overall thoughts. I'm gonna end stream, and then I'm gonna come back later today. I wanted to do an early stream before I came back, but let me just do this. Yeah, I wanted to do like a quick 2-hour stream before I streamed later. That way I can kind of get like a little head start. And then I can kind of just start uploading everything. 27 minutes, 55 seconds. All right. So let's do overall thoughts, and then we'll come back later today. So I like it. So new series by Turtle Me. I find it crazy that he was able to do all this while he was focusing on the ending of beginning after the end. And I know it's over, so I don't want to know spoilers, at least with how it ends, because I read the manhwa. I might just read the book now that it's over, just so I have full context, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait years, man. Like, we barely did season 6, and I think we're barely, like, halfway through the book, right? I don't know if you guys can correct me. I don't know how far the manhwa is in terms of the book. It's not... So, it's like, at least as of right now, I like it. So, the world fractured. It let out, like... Raiden energy, and it contaminated people, and because it contaminated people, they get enhancements. And there are very few specific people that don't get this Raiden energy, and they're known as Reds. So Radiant, what did it stand for? Radiant energy deficient, Radiant energy deficient. I think that's what it stood for. Red for short. MC is red. Well, no, not MC is red. MC is Thorin. His older brother is Seth. The other higher up was called, what was his name? Colt, right? Coulter. So the other guy's Coulter. The assholes are Arnold and Matthew, which will hopefully die soon. And I guess we live in a world because they're so strong, others just kind of look away. But then they're like, I don't know, it's fucked up. So it's like, they belittle people. Guys, where can I read this novel? It's, Sereno Turtle Me has the first 7 chapters on Patreon. And don't take my advice, but I think if you search it up, you might be able to find it on other websites. But we're not doing that. We gotta read it the official way. But long story short, I like it. We're gonna leave it there. I didn't realize how meaty chapter 1 was gonna be. I guess I got used to the Shadow Slave and Lord of Mystery chapters. They take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes to read. This was almost like a 30-minute chapter. It's crazy, dude. But I'm excited to catch up. So if you like what you see and want to see more, peace. Have a beautiful day. I don't know if it's... I don't know. Look, here's the thing. I don't know if Soul Forge is going to live up to... Wow, this is a really dragged out outro. I don't know if this is going to live up to beginning after the end, but I am excited to read it from the beginning. Now, the only thing I find coincidental... The world fractured around the same time he was born, right? So he's 20 years old and the world fractured 20 years ago. So there might be a connection there. Maybe his Raiden is so strong, he can't unlock it yet. Oh, that's probably what it is. Because he was probably born in the Raiden energy. It's taking his body a lot longer. Maybe his soul, right? Soul forged. His soul is forging still. Maybe it's going to take him a lot longer to forge his Raiden energy. And it'd be fitting because he's a forger. But we're going to leave it there. Peace. Have a beautiful day. And we'll be back very, very soon. Catch up and read more other stuff. Yeah. There's food for thought. Food for thought. He is a forger. I don't think I've ever read the series where the MC is just like a forger. Usually it's always like a very proud heroine. Like proud, noble character. But I'm excited to read this. So peace. Have a beautiful day. And I'll see you guys all very soon. Later, guys. Alright. I'm going to end stream. I just want to do a quick 2-hour stream before we started reading it. Before we started reading other stuff. So I'll be back later today. I'm going to start uploading all these videos. Make space on my PC. Let me see how much space I have. I have about 184 gigs. Okay, so I'm going to upload all these and then delete them and just keep them up on YouTube, and then we'll be back. I read a few good ones with a blacksmith as an MC. Oh, shit, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm down to check those out. I mean, I say I'm down to check them out, but we'll see. We'll see when I check them out. All right, I'll be back a little bit later today. I have a few errands to do, and then I'll be back hopefully soon rather than later today. All right, guys. Peace. Have a beautiful day. Later, guys. Wait, that is... I go right here. And perfect. Now we end. All right, later, guys. I'll be back later today, okay?